All right. Welcome back, gentlemen. Uh, where we last left off, you had all just managed to successfully stop the Legion incursion on the island. You had went back to the Osman City States, specifically the Isle of Creatia, and you had reported all your findings to the Guildmaster, who turned out to not approve too much of your handling of the situation. He really wanted to have that research done, and he let his displeasure be known. You're currently now all banned from doing any type of business with that particular guild hall. Luckily, your two guild members of that particular guild didn't lose their membership, mostly because it wasn't within his power to take that away. But it's not a very good place for y'all to go and do business right now. You still have your basically your deed to the island that you need to get taken care of, and you have a ship that you really need a crew for, and you have an island that you need to figure out kind of what you need to do with, and that is where we will come back to the group. You're currently all in outside the guild hall building, so what are you going to do?
So we have to get the deed officiated?
Pretty much just someone to basically give it a second seal of approval. It is your deed, so you don't need to worry about basically saying, hey, yeah, we're going to work for this particular group or anything like that unless you choose to. It's pretty much your island right now. You just need basically another person to basically notarize it, and that's where you need to head to the governor's manor again to get that done.
Should probably go take care of that.
So we should send one or two people to go do that, and the rest of us go try to find a group for the ship.
I mean, I would think that you would all want to get basically a feel for the crew.
Aside from our lizard folk.
I mean, she's a member of your crew right now, but you're not a crew of 3 people.
True.
Well,
so we don't have a really
8.
big boat.
Yeah, but it does need more crewmen. You've been pretty much running yourselves ragged trying to keep this thing running.
We'll leave the picking of sailors to the experienced sailor
What I mean,
of the party.
go find somewhere where crew would hang out and where we could find.
Look, let's face it, that'll be a tavern.
Tavern or pub?
Yeah,
You all see Gullumov. He just kind of raises his hand. And he's like, I believe our first action should be...
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. DM wants us to do this as a party.
That's out of character. But yeah.
I believe we should go and at least get our officiation with this deed. As much as it seems legit, we should at least have another party to basically have the backing on it. If you all agree. And then we can go and head to the shipyard and maybe do something about at least upgrading our ship and getting some of the repairs done, because we did take a significant amount of damage.
Agreed, but the only place that I remember that could do that is the main place of govern here, which is the governor's mansion. So
yes, he seems like a fine gentleman, so he should be very agreeable to assisting us.
he's a lot better than that guildmaster.
I mean, that's something you need to understand. The dragons don't hold much power here. While yes, if you were to invade our lands, they would promptly stomp out any natural invasion, but for the most part, they stick amongst themselves. I've never heard of one leaving the main isle or their own individual layers in hundreds of years.
But-
Occasionally you might see the king patrolling the lands, but I think that's more of his own desire to fly.
But wouldn't
But-
they want to make sure that any remnant of the war hundreds of years past remain dead?
I mean, that is... mostly it came to my people's job to ensure that the administration has gone well. Most Luxodon, like myself, take administrative or scholarly roles, so hence why you're most likely to see us in the governing or the Senate. Mostly is predominantly us. I don't see anything else that would require their oversight. There's even some circles that's talking about trying to overthrow them, but why would you try to attempt to overthrow a hundreds upon hundreds of years old dragon of all things? It probably wouldn't go well for us, so the dragons let us do our things, hence why your gentleman and lady guild is able to pretty much operate under its own discretions. But this type of manner has worked out for generations. Why mess with the status quo?
Sometimes things that just go underneath that of the status quo within dark alleys. And to be honest, what that guild is meddling with falls within that criteria of things that should not be meddled with.
Well, I do not agree with you, Mr. Elmcharger, or is it sir? I'm not really sure. That was more to himself.
Hmm.
So no one in the grand scheme of things, and it's a very pragmatic view, was hurt, and we were able to stop the incursion, and we got an island out of it, which I would love to be able to further expand my research and academic studies, if any of you gentlemen are opposed to that. I'd love to set up a wonderful library.
As long as you don't meddle in things that dwell within that of dark magic, and I agree with you on that.
I mean, what do you define as dark magic?
Things that
Magic is magic.
Things that, in a sense, would pretty much destroy the world. Like what the
Well,
Legion...
at that point, you should just hunt down every single caster that exists. Every single person with any understanding of the arcane has the inevitable potential to bring ruin and devastation, but with the same hand that can destroy, it can also give in the same regard. I mean, your abilities are not arcane of nature, but the things that you can do, the average citizen cannot. So, what's to say that you can't go on a holy crusade with your divine abilities and bring an entire kingdom to under your rule?
Normally I'm against that of crusades, is unless it is prudent to wipe out, say, something of evil nature, but then again, what is considered evil?
Exactly. That's line of logic is it's hard to define what is evil. Maybe the guild was trying to do some type of good with whatever they were studying with, and it's not unheard of to find old Legion relics. Most people lock them away. Some want to study and understand, and by understanding, we can then prevent the occurrences of the Legion itself. Or if, heaven forbid, they do return, we would have a better fighting chance to counter their means of destruction.
But what happened on the island that we have with this deed should not have happened if they were just simply studying it.
Unfortunate. It is true. But enough of such dark matters. I believe we have a deed to officiate.
Yes, we do. Mr. Guillemot, would you lead the way, please?
Sure. I believe I remember the way. And you all walk off to the governor's manor once again.
Do we have
Uh,
a map of the city?
Whew, that was a bit of philosophy
I
there.
do not have a map of the city. Yeah. Yeah. Good dialogue there, Justin.
Imagination.
I appreciated that.
You got a bit of philosophy there.
I mean, you had to bring some depth to the world of somehow.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no, you all go back to the governor's manor. You're pretty much told to wait again by the elderly woman. Again, she asks if you guys want some water or anything while you're waiting. After about an hour or so of wait, you see she looks like a tabaxi in armor walk out of the governor's office, and she's escorted by 2 dragonborn in full plate.
Mhm.
Who is from the Ozpon city-states?
Hi.
Nah, I am.
Okay.
Wouldn't Red Thor also be, since he's Dragonborn?
Yeah, actually, Red Thor, you can roll this with advantage, but Gammon and Nil roll history. Thor, you get advantage on this.
You said history?
History with advantage.
Nice.
Very good.
Yeah, and then I won't be able to hit a fucking thing at all during combat.
Well, if that's true,
we'll see
Gammon
how
will
far
be
we
able
get
to-
tonight. How's that sound?
Mhm.
Fuck is it?
She
Tobacco?
is
Anyway.
a member of the Drakengard. She specifically is a general. The Drakengard is the major military force of the Ozpon city-states. Most of the members of the Drakengard are Dragonborn. Also, some of the
Oh, they're cats.
lesser children of the dragons and their descendants are members of the Drakengard. That's where mostly you see most dragons, is in the Drakengard. So, but that is she is, I would say she would be give me 1 second, pull up my reference material.
Didn't you say she was
Dragonborns.
general?
Yeah, but I want to give it the actual. I basically was flavoring the rest after the Greek city-state, so I'm trying to think of what that one is, and it's actually in my reference books. So give me 1 second.
What was your history for?
That was to know what she was. Basically, you're recalling like what you've learned in your time spent over existence.
That she's a tabaxi or that she's a dragon guard?
That
thing?
she's a Drakengard general, and she's
In other
being
words-
escorted by 2 Drakengard. Basically, you recognized it looking at the emblems of their armor, the colors that it's in. That type
Define
of thing.
escort. Escorting away or escort is in like honor guard?
Like her
Honor.
honor guard.
Okay.
In this case, it'd be honor guard.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
You wouldn't have enough. This situation would not call for an escort away.
I mean, we're in the
We'd probably
middle.
be in like a jail or something. Yeah, we're in
Mhm.
we're in official's office.
If she was being escorted, I would figure she would be in knuckles or something.
Yeah.
Or some type of magical bind.
Mm-hmm.
Tell.
And probably something to make sure. Right now, she's a Tabaxi, so she wouldn't have fire breath.
I actually need to do some research. Hold up, because it's not in here. It's actually noble titles in this one.
Please hold while your history check is checked.
I can almost hear the fucking dial tone in the background.
You
Thank you
never
for
imitate,
contacting the
always remember.
National History Index.
She would be
Please wait till it
considered
redirects
a legate.
Oh, I like it.
Okay. So, leader of a legion,
Yes.
essentially.
Mhm.
So, Not really Greek, more Roman.
Yeah.
Well, Rome is in Greece.
Rome took a lot of shit from Greek.
Yeah, they did.
But yeah, she is a legate.
Same part of the world.
Nicholas.
Closer.
But she seems quite angry as she's walking out. You can't tell what the Dragonborn look like because they're wearing full plate helms
Ooh,
as well.
like Gothic or earlier?
Think of more like a like if the Legion had kept existing into the Middle Ages. Think of armor looking somewhat like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So lots and lots of
Interesting.
like scale mail leather.
Yeah, it's still mostly scale mail except for like the breast piece is plate.
Oh
The
wait, wait.
pauldrons
Are we
plate.
talking like the old school, like where they used to like put chiseled abs and shit in their armor too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Except those were never fake. Back then, those wouldn't be fake.
they need to put those into accommodate.
Anyways, continuing on.
But yeah. You watch as she storms her way out. And the old woman comes back up to you. The governor will see you now.
Very well.
And you walk in.
Okay.
Duck through the door for all the dog people. Actually, the doors are probably made
It's built
the
for a Luxodon.
ministry,
You are not needing to duck.
Yes! I love this building. Sorry, on the ship I have to keep ducking.
That is
At
true.
least you're not Kill, because he has about have to get on his belly.
Still taller than you.
How tall is
Yeah, stairs are still a little bit of a bitch for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can
Almost
do
7'11".
stairs, but I can't do like steep stairs. Like gradual stairs, not a problem. Steep, a little bit of a problem.
I'm just kind of there.
Elm Charger pretty much takes the handicap ramp everywhere.
Dude, I just imagine the centaur going up a handicap ramp.
Oh, I just picture something even worse. You know those mobility like stair lifts?
Mm-hmm.
One of those, but designed for a horse, so he just kind of stands there and just kind of
Oh,
lifts him up and breaks him. Stairs.
Excuse me, does your staircase come in extra wide?
Okay, continuing. You're back in front of the governor. Hello, gentlemen. What brings you back today?
Who has the deed? Out of character.
Golemov was looking it over, so he has it in his hands. He hands it over to you. Again, he's not using his manner of speech with unknown parties.
Thank you, Golemov.
You can give you a nod.
I'm a new face to the minister, so I'm just gonna stay quiet for now.
Governor, sir, we have a deed into an island off towards the southwest Sita. And Kill kind of places on the table and unfurls it. I'm guessing it's like a scroll.
Okay. You just want to get a simple notary. All right. You watch as he pulls out a seal from a box. I do have a question for you, though, sir. Are you wanting this as your own independent property, or are you wanting for you to basically pledge this to the glorious city-states?
Kel kind of looks back at the rest of the party, kind of wondering what they want to do.
When you say independent property, you're meaning it holds no nationality to anything, correct?
Yes, sir. Oh, ma'am. Pardon me.
And then with that said, wouldn't that mean that you're also granting us recognition that it is separate from you? Or from the city-states as a entity?
Let me phrase it as this. So, if I was to basically put this underneath our territory, you would be subject to our laws. but if I give you officiation just saying that this is a deed, it is a rightful deed, is what I am. The services that I can also provide. It is basically stating that this is your property. It is. So you could show this to anyone who tries to. What is the term? Claim jump.
Okay. And I'm guessing there's extra fees and added.
Yes, there's way more paperwork if you want to join the Glorious City States, which, good on to you.
Okay. And then if we were to treat it as a private entity, that is not city-state, I guess, territory.
Oh, it's just a simple officiation price. It's only 100 gold.
Okay. Just kind of looks to the other ones, or everyone around them. So, freehold, or do you want to join the city-state?
And just lean down to her, keep it independent. Lean back up.
Bit of it aside,
Well,
though,
since,
separate from everything else, is I'm just realizing that my character is essentially like the built-in lawyer of the group.
When it comes to matters of trade, yes.
Trade
Or-
and ownership.
You're the trader. I'd say Golomov's a little bit more on the law side.
yeah, I walk
But
up
honestly,
to
his experience with law is just for, like, book knowledge. It's not like he's good at officiating it.
Yeah, he's not dealing with like ownership laws and
Yeah.
claims.
Let's continue
of
on, please.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So general consensus is private ownership.
Yes, I say private ownership. We can decide to join a party at another time.
So
Gammon,
1,
you've been kind of quiet back there.
Private.
2,
Private.
3.
It would benefit us more to be private.
Gol kind of nods to Golomov, and he kind of turns back, and he turns back to the governor and says, "My party wishes for it to be a private state."
All right. All right. Okay then. That is very simple. You watch as he pulls out that ledger again. He writes down. Basically, he's keeping his own log and record of everything that he's done for the day. Okay. There we go. And he takes 100 gold from you. I'm just gonna take it from your overarching party.
Alright.
Sheet.
How do we find the party sheet?
It's
Top
up
right
in
is
your-
There it
the
is.
Three-
I see it.
Three character
Yep.
icon.
I got it. I found it.
And all right. And you watch as he places a stamp. It glows a little bit, and then it turns into a regular stamp seal. He rolls it back up to you, ties it up, and hands it back to you.
I bow a little bit to thank him. And
He gives you a slight bow as well. Now, if there is any other businesses that you need to maintain here, please let me know. If not,
We would like to purchase a trade license.
Oh, yes. Remind me again, Gavin, how much that was.
I think it was
250.
200 gold. Or was it 250?
All right.
you 200,
Oh,
250.
yes. All right. I can prepare that for you post haste. You do have the currency.
That we do.
Great, great, great. All right. Let's go ahead and transfer that up. He watches. He pulls out another sheet of paper. Starts writing it down with his trunk.
And I'm guessing we're all gonna have to sign it.
I mean, only one of you really needs to sign it, but if you would like all of your names on there, I can also put that in as well. Okay.
That'd probably be better.
Can I have your individual names, please?
Kill Elm Charger.
Okay. You, the tall gentleman. The tallest gentleman.
No, I won't be trading myself.
This is
I will leave
for
it to the short. This is the trade.
but this is for so we all of our names on there. So if any
Yeah,
of
it's
us,
Essentially,
basically-
the names on there will just be who is officiating the trade, or who is allowed to officiate the trade.
I'll just basically say, Kill just hands off all of your names.
Yeah.
There we go. And then he jots down all the names. All right. That'll be another 250 gold.
Kill counts
That's
out
essentially all that paper is.
250.
No, I'm
and-
just taking it from your party inventory.
Yep, I know, but I'm pretty much RPing that. Kill kind of pulls out like a cumulative purse and pulls out 250 and lays it down.
You watch
One
us
at a
pull out
time.
all that money,
That-
and he's
that
just
purse.
looking at you. He's just looking at that like, damn, a lot of money. What did y'all do?
I just kind of have this side picture in my head that the purse that he brings out is like this tiny little
It's a
clamshell
backpack.
purse.
It's a backpack.
I just picture it.
It's also great that whenever you pull out money, you just happen to pull out the exact amount in the bag every time you pull out money.
Well, no, what I was picturing is that he just has like this tiny little old lady hand purse, that's like a bag of holding for cash.
For
So
money.
it's-
Was
Yeah,
it
it's
Mary
just like-
Poppins?
there's like this little like clamshell one.
Reaches
Just
down
opens it
deep.
up, pulls it out. It's just ding.
All right. Okay, so that has been paid for. All right, you now also have a trade license in the Ozpon City States. So you don't have to pay the exuberant tariff fees, but there is still like the standard
Docking and getting shit off the boat.
yeah, you still have to pay wharf fees, but that's just tradition.
Mhm.
But you can actually now trade goods on your ship from the city states legally.
Mm-hmm.
Without the need of the guild.
1 second, phone call.
Hmm
Alright, what is everybody's race? Yes.
What
Kill
are
Elm
you,
Charge.
a racist?
Kill Elm Charger is a
Centaur.
centaur. Kongol is a Goliath. Nilzamaril is a tiefling. Gammon is a human. And Golemov is a Luxodon, which is a elephant man.
Mm-hmm.
Easiest way to describe it.
Okay.
Shrink down an elephant and give it a man's
From
body.
earlier, if you didn't know, a tabaxi is a cat person.
Yeah,
For those who didn't know.
that
Yeah,
is true.
I kind of had a brain fart, then I remembered cat person.
Yep.
I just didn't know.
I know this because there was a D&D thing I was watching on YouTube, and one of the characters was a tabaxi, so...
Yep.
And that was the general?
Yep.
Legate
Oh, Legate.
is their official title. Yes. Oh my God, Nil.
With the fucking draconic that she, or not draconic, ethereal.
Infernal.
Yeah.
Infernal. Yeah.
I can speak in giant.
That's true.
What is this in giant? I can now say moo in giant.
Yep. There you go. Well, that's what it looks like written.
Yeah.
Pronunciation is whatever you can think in your mind.
Moo.
Which only you can understand.
Anyways, he's on the phone. I don't know if you want to wait for him to get back.
We'll continue on.
Oh, okay.
So you're done. Are you done in the governor's manor?
I believe so.
All right.
I wanted to ask about the why would the legate was mad, or why the woman ahead of us was mad.
All right. Well, say it in character.
That woman before us with the guards. Why was she so angry?
Roll a persuasion.
Yay! Time for horrible.
Yep.
Oh god. No lucky.
Oh, I thought it was a 1.
I thought it
I
was
have
too. When I
no
saw it, I was like,
charisma. I have no charisma. So.
don't worry yourself, my friend. Those were personal matters of the city-states. Nothing for you to worry yourself about.
Well, keep us in mind. It never hurts to have a friend who can do things simply.
Well, if you keep a profitable trade to this glorious island I administrate, I'm sure we will be really good friends.
Not taking it any further, I go to leave.
Kel gives the governor another bow and turns and starts heading towards the door.
Alright, everyone else leaves.
Right
Okay,
there, you just have to give
so
them a
where
military
y'all
salute.
want to go now?
And damn it, my next character's having charisma.
Probably a crew. That's what.
You watch as Golmov raises his hand again. So, what are we going to do with the island? I mean, you already know my plans. I would love to establish a great library and maybe an observatory.
I think at the moment we end up using it more as like a base.
Well, first we need to see what's there and see.
We also need to set up a dock because otherwise we're not docking there anytime soon.
Very true. So, first on our list would be expanding the docks. We might need to talk to an engineering group of some kind. Maybe we might be able to find one here. Contract out the work so that it can get accomplished for us.
Agreed. But let's hope they're not aligned with that one guild.
I'm pretty sure we can find other carpenters and
Shipwrights.
Shipwright. I don't believe we'd need an exact shipwright unless we're... Well, we do know there's a shipwright here. But to build the dock would be more of, I believe...
Well, what I was actually meant to say, probably a harbor a dockmaster.
Dockmaster.
Oh, yes. That...
But we also...
So are we also going to open our own port to outside entities? Because then that also throws in the other consideration of we might need to establish our own guard.
Agreed.
Yes. Guard means more people and weapons.
But in order to make more weapons, we also need more people.
Yes. And convincing people to move onto an island that was infested with the undead is a rather hard.
We can probably leave that part out. I don't think anyone ever needs to know that.
Then we might want to move the dead bodies we sliced in half.
Or
I would like to go to the tavern.
That is a good place to find people.
we also need to find a crew for the ship as well. Because the 8 of us are just barely getting by maintaining the ship on course.
To the tavern. Oh, look, someone's trying to give us travel music.
Span tables.
Answer that. I should on Netflix.
Alright, so you're basically going to put up in the tavern basically an image for, basically a sign saying looking for crew.
Pretty much.
Mainly, I just want to go to the tavern and see what the local atmosphere is like. I want to ask the bartender, so Gammon goes up to the bar
Okay.
and orders an ale.
Alright. There's a man manning the bar, and he's like, alright, there you go, 1 ale.
And you heard anything about the Legion being in, or not the Legion? What would the military be called? The
Drakengard.
Dragon Guard. The Dragon Guard being in town.
First, you need to pay for that drink, sir. 10 copper.
Yeah, I dropped 20 on the counter.
You watch as he gives you a wily old smile. He like puts it. He puts the money away and looks at you, and he leans over the table. So, word is they're looking for a ship.
What kind of a ship?
Apparently, there's now this is just rumors, but there might be some people with some information they're looking for, and they might have recently came in a dock.
Did when we came into dock, did we notice?
It's a trade port. There's ships everywhere. I mean, yeah, there was a military ship there, but that's not
The
uncommon.
Narnary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was nothing out of place from what you saw.
Congo walks up to the counter. Give me a bigger ale than this one.
Ah,
Conventional.
right away, sir. And you watch as he pulls out like
A barrel.
a 3-pint stein, and starts pouring it up. And he, looking over his shoulder, that'll be 30 copper, sir.
Gammon pays for his ale.
Oh, well, I was gonna do something there, but that works.
Oh, y'all want me to take this out of the party inventory?
No, I'm paying.
No, I was about to pay it out of mine. I was.
Mhm.
Oh, that works. I give mine a brisk chug.
Okay.
With a hearty slap on the counter.
All right. So,
What sort of ship and what sort of people?
he watches. Puts the massive stein down. Not really sure. None of their kind usually come down to the dock taverns. I mean, understandable. They're the military. And nothing from any of the crew of their ship either. They all seem military types as well. Haven't heard much information about that, what they're looking for, other than that they're just looking for a particular ship. But I did heard word they were heading over to the... What did we name your guild again?
Huion.
What was it? Say it again?
Huion.
The Dulion?
Huion.
Julian. They were heading
Someone
over
put
to
that
the
in his notes.
Yeah. Julian Guild. Yeah, I'm making that a note.
My face grows a small scour on it at the mention of their name.
You're welcome. Also, when you guys were talking about Carpenter, they don't know what section I am, do they?
Nope.
Now, you could assist with the work, but that work takes a lot of time. Even when they were talking about it, you were thinking, like, I wouldn't be able to be an adventurer for a while if I did this work.
Depends, really. You want realistic time frame or do you want game time frame?
It has a game time frame already. But yeah,
Oh.
you would be gone for...
A month, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of work if you wanted to keep adventuring, which right now is our main source of income.
I was going to say, like, realistically, for an actual year, maybe a week.
Mm-hmm.
But still a week.
It takes time, though.
Oh, continuing on.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they headed over to the Julian Guild, and all other than that, not much to know.
Do you know any people around here that are looking to sign on with the crew?
Well, I can put the word out. There's always some average guys looking for work. Also women, just not to be. These new reforms have been
Are you assuming their gender?
No,
Damn
no,
liberal
I'm
looks
not.
it up.
All right, okay. I went to the seminar. All right.
Redthorn walks in and says, "What having to usually?"
Say again there for me, Red.
Yeah, you're cutting out really bad, Red.
Turn up your gain a little bit.
I'm just turning up his volume. That should help.
What
Alright.
tavern do the military types usually visit?
Well, the barracks.
Hmm,
I mean,
doubt I could get in there.
unless you
what I was
serve,
looking for.
I don't believe so.
Oh, they let former members of the Jack and Guard in. Interesting. Last I was in, unless you were in the guard, couldn't you?
It's one of those new reforms the governor put through, basically as an incentive to those who've committed service to the people. Basically offering you a
Pass.
a veteran's reward, pretty much. I like that governor. He's a really good guy.
Hmm.
Always looking out for the people.
Oh,
I lean over next to Gaming.
I am
If you would
supposed to.
like, I could go to the barracks and see if talk to any of those. I'd served in the Jack and Guard as an artillerist.
All right, hold up there, Red. So, were you a guild member or you're a member of the Drakengard? Because
Look at
that
my
does.
notes.
Wow.
What did he say?
Okay.
I
I didn't hear a single thing of that.
Oh, I heard him. Basically, Red Thor has spent some time. Before he became a official art,
Guild member?
fucking guild member. Yeah, he served in the Drakengard. So, okay then. All right. Yeah, you
like
could,
I have military
you could go
service in
there.
a different country.
Yeah, you couldn't go in. That wouldn't
Same.
matter to
Unless I
them
would-
that you serve in
same.
that military.
Yeah.
Kill's kind of a noble, so that wouldn't. But that's of a different country altogether, so that wouldn't even work either.
Yeah.
I asked the barkeep, are the veterans allowed to bring friends with them? Or is it only former?
I mean, it's still a barracks. They don't just let
Okay.
average people in there.
Yeah, that's
And
what
you
I
would
was-
kind of know that too. It's a barracks. It was reserved
Okay,
for the
it's actually
military.
the barracks.
Yes.
Okay. That
They just have like food and accommodations there. It's not really like a bar. It's a barracks.
Oh. See,
So,
that's.
To make it
I
really
thought
simple,
I thought it was a tavern.
No. It is like an actual barracks.
Gotcha.
Like
So-
real life barrack.
Yeah.
to make it really, really simplified, it's still a military installation and base. The reason why veterans are allowed back is it's part of their veteran services. So if they need a bed or food, they can just go there. Kind of idea.
Exactly. Keeps them off the streets.
Keeps them off the strips and keep them out of mischief.
Exactly.
It's better to have him pissing out than pissing in.
Mm-hmm.
I asked the tavern keeper if he's heard of anybody else looking for work.
I mean, we did have this Goliath lady come through. She was seeing if there was a crew to join up on.
You can get Congo the girlfriend.
Here's got waifu buff. He's cheating on
Can you
waifu
point
buff.
me in her general direction?
I mean, she comes through here every now and then. She's pretty much been serving with some of the ships here, but I mean, I think if you probably offered her a better price, she would join your crew. Other than that, I can put out the word that there's a ship looking for crew. What's the name of your ship?
The Bluebird.
All right, I'll put out the word.
That's asking. Do you know any good engineering guild?
Oh, what, you're looking to get like houses built and things like that?
Docks and other things.
Oh, okay. Let's see. If you head down to Thomas and Laurie's, they're a couple of dwarven gentlemen. They run a civil, basically a construction business. They've done a couple of refurbishments on my tavern, so I'm pretty sure they could probably help you out, or at least get you in the right direction.
Thank you. Also, can I get a couple of ales? I don't need a 3-pinter like our Goliath friend. But
It'll do you
Right away, sir. And he pours you up a pint, 10 copper.
I lay out 30. No, 10 or 20.
They're
'Cause I
10
asked for
copper.
2.
Oh, you want 2?
Yep.
That'll be 20 copper.
I lay out 30 and say thank you for the information.
Thank you very much,
that
sir.
would leave me with, let's start out with, I had 15, 14, and what, 7 silver?
Is there a notice board here in the tavern?
Like, for jobs?
But just people looking for work, people posting jobs, people posting, just
I
general.
mean, yeah, there is. That's essentially what he's doing for you. He's putting up a notice board saying, like, looking for crew for the Bluebird. Inquire with, if you asked your name, inquire with Captain Gammon. And all you have to do is just sit here and wait around.
Okay, yeah, that's.
I will do that if the rest of the I will do that and just keep my ears open through the rest of the evening here and spend the night kind of just gathering information that I can from the bar or from the tavern.
All right, Justin, how'd you do that?
Click on someone's name and whisper. And that's right click.
It just gives me copy text clipboard, unlock position.
Click on the person's icon, not on the. Like, if I click on Congo, I get the deal called Whisper, and whatever. Right click.
Yeah.
All right.
Click.
Anyways,
Copy text clipboard,
Congo will
unlock position.
go towards the
Continue on.
Oh, there it is. The top part.
engineers
Top.
that.
Icon.
Okay. So, the rest of you are heading to Thomas and Lowry's?
I am.
Okay.
Kill will kind of.
So, you, following the barkeep's directions, you head over to Thomas and Lowry's. It's pretty much looks like an average business. As you walk in through the door, there's a dwarven lady sitting behind the counter. who's going to do some talking.
Whatever traditional dwarven greeting is.
Chin,
Oh,
Congol's
you're actually
probably the-
saying it. Yeah, Congo, you're saying it in Dwarven?
Yes.
Ah, welcome, sir. As she looks up at you.
Oh, you're about bigger.
Is she going in dwarven, or is she just recognizing speaking in common for the others?
No, she's speaking back in Dwarven.
Oh, okay.
Kill is
Yes,
with Congo.
And basically assume we're talking in Dwarven right now. So y'all just hear essentially what sounds like German. A little bit more gruff and
Oh, I
like
was
imagine
picturing
Dwarven
like
with a little bit of a Russian accent to it.
Okay.
yeah, I just
heard
kind of
from a
pictured like
Tavern keeper.
Discord.
That this is a guild of engineers, and I'm looking for work to be done.
looking to
I'll
have
say,
some work
yeah,
done.
well, yes, thank you. I'll correct my sentence to that before I actually say it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they would gladly put you to work. So
Yeah.
Look, they already have.
Ooh, big boy, he lift heavy.
Continue on.
No, okay. So what can I do for you?
See, we have kill. What kind of work do we need done? Just talking to the others in common.
Well, we need.
Oh, you speak the native tongues. Oh, my apologies. Yes, welcome to Thomas and Larry's Engineering Guild, Engineering Corps. What can I do? What can we do for you?
Well, we need a dock repaired or completely refurbished.
Okay, so
We-
you here or somewhere else?
Somewhere else.
Okay, so that will be a traveling fee. We do offer that for, let's see, how much was a dock? So I'm gonna share this with you all so you can see it. That's basically the price for buildings. Your town can build anything at a village level.
Where is that?
I just posted it in the chat. In the
Which
chat
town?
log.
there it is.
In the game.
There it is. Here we go.
So 600 or a BP is basically the building supplies to get that done, and each one of those is about 100 gold a piece.
And you said we can only build a village level?
Mhm.
Only at the village level.
Oh, we'll definitely need a graveyard.
There's technically one already on the island.
Technically, the island is one, but anyways,
Yeah, but pretty much assume everything on that island needs to be redone.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Think
I
of it
don't
like a
plan on
blank
dying
slate.
recently, so
And for a
Uh,
dock, the dock would be a pier.
Okay, so we're looking at the BP right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That essentially changed that to 100 gold per each one.
Okay.
so just add 2 zeros on the end of whatever the number is.
Mm-hmm.
Phew.
And 1 platinum converts to 10.
To 10 gold?
Mm-hmm. It goes up in deviations of 10.
Oh yeah. We have platinum, so
Here's 400 gold. 4 months.
let's see.
It almost seems like a kick in the nuts for pricing.
Well,
But
that's
this
why
is also counting their labor prices as well.
yeah. No,
Mhm.
don't need a mansion. We have a castle.
It just seems off to me because
Basically, if you were to rebuild the castle, think of it as that price. Because right now, it needs to be redone. There's a lot of bad shit there.
Yeah.
So, be 500 gold to rebuild the castle.
Hmm.
That's cheap
Basically, you're
for a
paying for it
castle.
at the mansion level because the supplies are already there. That's what I'm doing for that.
Okay, so that's going to be the mansion level.
Yeah, but it's going to rebuild your keep into a better looking thing.
Okay, I'm just kind of tallying this up right now. So.
Hmm.
500.
Basically, think of it. She rolled out a scroll with all the things that they are good at building, and she's basically like, "So these are our prices, also included with the labor. We also provide others. All of this also includes our travel fees, and taking care of. Basically, you'll be feeding the workers and things like that for the price. And there you are.
Transportation fee is your arranged transportation? Or
Yes. We
if
have our own ship and we accumulate our own supplies. That is all covered in the set price for everything.
okay.
Also, the rough time span for everything that needs to be done is also listed next to every single price.
Would you also? We could also help you set up there so your movement costs would not be like delayed.
Prices are non-negotiable. I am sorry, my friend.
But you get quality.
That's true. You get the best dwarven engineering can provide. And
Excellent.
I don't know how much you know, but we are really good at engineering.
I come from the fatherland.
Do you want to convert that platinum into gold so that in our party sheet so that we know how much we actually have?
I can do that.
That would be 4,105 total gold.
Yep. Working on it now.
Let's see.
So
I just
do we have
figured
a
that's
list of
easier
what
to-
already what
You said
bonus we already have?
4,105?
Yep.
Plus...
That's total. That's 2,715 plus 1,390.
So how much was it again?
4,105.
Okay. Thank you very much, B-Run. You're a good man.
What's the difference between a shop and a trade shop?
So a shop is basically you're setting something up for merchants to work out of. Whereas a trade shop is more of like an actual trade. So like you're setting up for a carpenter,
It's another name for like a
stoneworker.
workshop.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
So it would have like a smithy attached to it.
Smithy separate.
I'm already accounting for
A
this.
smithy is a separate thing.
But yes, it is.
But trade skills are different than like
Smacky.
hmm And basically that other number that's listed to it is like the amount of stable population you need to keep some of these things going. You can also open up your business. You can also say that, hey, we're looking for people to come and live here as well.
Yeah, we'll probably do that next.
Mhm.
So I guess a regular shop would probably be a good idea.
Because there is always like, especially in the city states, there's always people looking for new homes. So you can always find some people being like, hey, we're setting up our own thing. Basically, you're starting up your own fiefdom almost. Think about it like that.
Yes.
Okay. Quick question: do we have a list of things that are on the island already?
Just think of it like a
there
blank slate.
is. So here's one thing about the island. I can. Do I still have the picture? Yeah, there it goes. Let me share it with you.
Graveyard, church,
Whoa!
There we go.
I was
fair-sized
scroll wheeling.
manor. Looks like a ruined ass farm.
So basically, in that area where the farm is, there you have stable farmland. It's not taken care of, like it's overgrown and needs to be redone. Pretty much, consider all those ruined buildings are ruins. There's nothing really stable you can really build from those. The graveyard was the leftovers from again when the previous occupants were there. The only thing that you really have, you do have mines or some mountains back there, and you could hire a prospector to go and basically see if there's anything in there for you to mine out. But as of right now, it could just be a quarry, as far as you know. A quarry would help the prospector because then they have a working team to help them out.
And also
How-
help them build structures if they want to build tunnels into
How
the
many
mountains.
houses for the town?
Hmm?
How many houses for the town
It's in ruins.
or the village?
Pretty much
They
don't
just
worry
have to-
about the actual houses themselves.
Okay.
You
They'll
don't
come
have
with
any
pop.
lumber. Yeah. You don't have any lumber, so you'd have to import lumber. Unless you, like, start up convert one of the farmlands to just making lumber.
Which
Is there any forest on our island, or is it?
No, it's mostly
No.
grasslands. You notice that as you're coming up. There's like a couple of sparse trees here and there, but it's not a forest.
Are we working by magic rules with forestry? Because forestry is really, really, really long.
You can always hire a druid.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you have magic rules when it comes to forest.
That's what it
Freaking Elm Charger can tell you about how the forest works for the freaking elves. They
Mhm.
basically don't even really actually harvest lumber from some of their older trees. They just take dead tree wood and regenerate the trees.
Mm-hmm.
Like any overarching branches and things like that. The wood elves are really good at that.
But the only one here that can really talk to elves is Elm Charger because, well,
That would be your best place to find a druid, would be to go to the Elven Triumvirate and see if there's a druid that you could convince to move to your lands.
mm-hmm. But that would be
What is
hard
that?
to sell to convince.
That was someone's mic.
Well,
I can't remember
or
what
be right.
mill
Oh,
does.
it's B runs.
Let's continue on.
Oof.
Windmill versus mill. I know windmill.
Basically, yeah.
turns with wind.
If you're wanting to make your own stable food on the island, so you don't have to constantly keep coming back to basically the city states or any other nations' ports to buy up supplies, that would probably be the essential things you want to set. I would
We need a
suggest
pier.
you
I've
need
already
the
got
pier.
that in my
Okay.
list.
So we need a pier. We need a. Probably need a stockyard. Not a stockyard. That's like animal stockyard, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You need a warehouse.
Like a warehouse. That's
That would be the trade
That'd
shop.
be a town
essentially.
though.
No.
Or yeah, it's like
A
starting
trade
out.
shop is a workshop. A warehouse
The
literally is for
warehouse
storing.
doesn't fit with our level yet.
Mercantile is a trade. It's a very tricky one.
That's
Yeah,
also
if you want to make
separate
your own
building.
trade port, you need something of value to be trading to people.
But we
If
need to
you're not,
find that.
I
thing.
would say since we have a grassland island too, it'd be in our best interest to get some animal stuff going on.
But who would take care of them?
Well, it's also
You need to hire people for
Well,
that.
I'm hoping my stay at the tavern is fruitful, so I'm not just I didn't just abandon the party.
No, he didn't.
no.
It
He
will-
didn't abandon the party. That's correct.
That's why I was there keeping my ears open.
I'm trying to work with limited gold here.
Realistically, we need. Realistically, the two major things we need is to one, be able to land and use it as a base, and two, have a reasonably decent place to live and be fortified in.
Okay, that's what I have on a list right now. That equals 4,000 with just those. Do we want it? The mansion equals our repairing our keep.
Which gives us a defendable position on the island.
So now, my question is, why would you want a shop?
Well, exactly. We don't have anything to
That'd be one of
sell.
the things that take out, but then again, if we have people coming in, where are they going to buy from?
Do we
They
need
can
a
set up their own little merchant stalls.
What do we need a windmill for? Okay, or a mill?
Grain.
Well, you can have one or the other.
Okay.
Think about it, because
So
a
you think-
mill works from a water
Animals
source.
or a water
Yeah.
source or whatever, and we do have a river.
Yeah, there is a river source on the island. Hence why there is actual grassland. Your land, other than the fact of all the stuff that was going on there, it didn't look like bad land.
minus the one that ran away from a certain.
And if you look at like that, as that delta, it's the sea. That's mostly swampland. So there might be stuff there, but again, you need to hire people to actually go out and investigate these areas because you personally have none of you are fucking. What is it called when you go and investigate the land? What is that skill called?
What is it called?
Do
Survival?
you want the official term for real life for what that position
what is that
is?
real life term? Yeah,
Surveyors.
Geomatic.
surveyors. That's what I was looking for actually. Thank you though, Kai.
Technically, it's a geomatic engineer.
But it would be surveyors in this time period. You need surveyors. You need. I mean, you'll have to hire these people to go out and basically, you would give them amount of time, and then I'll do some rolling behind the screen, and you'll see the fruits of their labor.
Mm-hmm. But let's continue on.
But yeah, so I personally would suggest that one, you need to set up that farmland if you want a steady source of food for the people on the island. Otherwise, you're going to be paying out the ass to constantly have food imported in.
Mhm.
Would stockyard be animals?
Yes.
Yes.
Stockyard would be animals.
Okay, put that in there.
Well, wouldn't the stockyard be to sell animals?
Now to get the farmland up and running.
And actually, a stockyard requires a stable and a tannery.
Mm-hmm. No, because you have to have a place to store the animals.
I
that
just
kind of
at
stuff.
this like just.
What would allow us to?
Is there just regular farm like a?
That would be the mill, is what I would consider the farm. If you put up a mill or a windmill, that's like a central farmhouse area. The other farmhouses themselves will be built by the farmers.
Okay,
Mhm.
I have the windmill in the list because nothing beats not doing it yourself.
Realistically, the mill would be your better bet because it's a more consistent and reliable source than just relying on wind.
Yeah.
True, because the water flows.
Yeah, the water just keeps flowing, so as long as the water's there and it doesn't just magically
Alright,
disappear,
we'll do the
it's
mill.
consistent.
So
So your essentials that you really want right now is getting the mansion rebuilt, getting a graveyard so they clear out all those dead bodies,
I've got that. I got the
want the
piers. I've got a smithy, a trade shop,
and you want
in
the
the
mill. Those are the essentials that you're really wanting right now.
I've definitely got those. So what do we need for?
So, the
The animals.
mansion pews, mill.
We can't get a warehouse till we have a town. So
And we need people for that.
You can just basically you can convert a small building into a storage area. You know, the warehouse
Well,
is like
I mean,
a specific large warehouse.
Our docks. I mean that building. How are you playing that? That building that we were there when we first.
That's basically going to work as your current storehouse for
right.
goods.
I mean so that's still intact.
Yeah,
And
that's still intact. And basically, you can convert that archery building and basically that was like the guard building to prepare if anyone was coming to shore that wasn't supposed to be there, and the herbalism was basically to. So yeah, I'll throw those in for free for you. So you have as of right now, for quote unquote free, you have
Barracks.
stable farmland. It just needs to be taken care of. You have essentially a barracks. It's not a very large barracks. It can't hold like a massive amount of troops,
Like,
but it was like
it's enough for like a town watch.
exactly. And you have an herbalist building that was essentially an herbalist could work there, and they could make like potions and things like that for you.
Well,
Or in your downtime, if any of you had any skill in alchemy, you could work there, or herbalism, you could work there as well for yourself.
So as it stands with the base minimum pier, castle, graveyard, and mill, that already cost is up to 1,700 gold, plus the travel fees for the
Already included in.
already included within that price.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about.
So that's 1,700 gold, and we haven't bought any major supplies for ourselves, upgrades, or paying people to come over and move in.
Yep.
What is the general cost for crew?
So crew is going to go under. Let me see. I had it pulled up. I think I closed that window. Yep, I did. It is under the player's handbook. If you go to the actual reference material and go to equipment, and it's on the
Waterborne vehicles? No.
no, it is under. I had this page open. Where is it? Because there was hirelings as well.
I put in chat what I would say we need the smithy because I can't do. I think I'm assuming Kai's
I have
as
Graveyard
well.
Mansion, Pier, Smithy, Trade Shop, and Mill.
We don't need the trade shop at all right now. That's
And
really
realistically, since we have limited funds as it is right now, I'd say bare minimum, and then build from there instead of throwing a bunch of extra stuff on at the beginning.
Well, all the reason I'm saying the smithy. Well,
I can smith too, and I have carpentry skills.
I
as
don't
well.
mean to metagame because I'm not there right now, but this would be a good opportunity to ask them if they want to set up their own trade shop on our island, because if they think about it, there's going to be a whole pile load of work for them to be able to do on our island.
And we have 2 guild members who could possibly bring in guild things.
Not from this island.
Well, not from this island, no, but your guild is more than this island.
Where is the hirelings page?
So as far as like the trade shop, they might be willing. If we helped with the cost of the trade shop, they might be willing to build the trade shop themselves. That's what I was.
There it goes. So it's under the food, drink, and lodging. If you scroll down at the bottom, so crew is considered.
where is this at?
If you hire on the crew, and basically, so there's 2 ways you can hire on the crew. You could basically be renting them, and you have to pay their average thing, or you can give them a percentage of your spoils that you get. But an average person, so I'm going to change it to per day into per month is how much you'll be paying them. So the average, like if you're hiring like average people to live, the money that you're giving them for wages is like 2 silver pieces a day or 2 silver pieces a month. Whereas with like the sailors, those are 2 gold a month.
Okay.
How many sailors do we need to run the ship
For
effectively?
your ship, I had this opened. There
With
we go.
our 3 lizard men too.
You're a caravel. You would need, for a full functioning crew,
I
you
thought
need
we were
another
sloop.
22 sailors. Or 23? Actually, reduce that a good bit. You need, because there's 5 of you.
And there's 3 lizard men.
Yeah, 3 lizard men. And that is giving you a... Actually, Captain's Cannery, I think they have it in here as well. Because I think I liked their list a little bit better when it came to crew. Yeah, okay, so...
Because if it was like 15, what was it, 25 for a caravel?
No, I actually liked this a lot better because it worked better. Because your ship's a sloop. So, you actually don't need that many people more to run your ship. You need, let's see, 16 people to fully man your ship. You currently have 8, so you just need another 8 crew to get your sloop up and running.
Are we, hate to be the kid in class who asked for more homework, but are we
No, you're
paying
good.
lizard men?
You're currently not. But it would, if you start paying other people and you don't pay them,
So
What do you think's going to happen?
How many total do we need for the ship? Total for the ship to crew it fully.
Another 8 people.
How many total? Not including us.
16.
Okay.
For a sloop?
Sloop. Yep, 16 people. Sloops aren't that big. Your ship's not that big.
So, bit of a side just to double check. When you say everything's base 10, that means 10 silver equals 1 gold?
Yep.
You said how much gold a day? Or a month?
2.
3?
2
2?
gold. 2 gold a month.
So we need 22 gold a month to pay the 11 crewmen for our ship besides us.
I thought it was
Because
8.
we need to pay the lizard men too if we're going to pay the other ones.
It's a lot harder to keep a crew of press ganged people into service, though.
Well, I thought we asked them if they wanted to stay aboard or not.
That's why I'm saying we
Yeah.
need to pay them. If we're going to pay everybody else, we need to pay them. So it's going to be 22 a month just to crew the ship. And that's if we all go along. Which I'm assuming we would, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's your only ship right now.
Would they be willing to set up
That's what I was about to do.
an outpost? Let's move this along.
Red Thor.
That's
has
weird.
to-
You're not. After you explained to her about your island, I am not. I am not one to actually give you that information. You would need to either talk to Mr. Thomas or Mr. Larry, and they could provide you an information on any further business deals like that. But I'm going to tell you now, from what I've heard of your current situation, those 2 gentlemen would not be too intrigued about your deal. They would love for you to keep using exclusive building rights with us, but... because coin is coin. But as of right now, your business offerings are not that high. Essentially, she's telling you they don't see any profit in it right now.
So we need to move on more before we can.
Basically, if you can get bigger, you can probably talk to them about exclusively setting up something there and trying to get reduced prices. But the prices aren't going to get reduced. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that now.
Yeah.
These are the actual set prices for everything that you need to build. Basically, you will be giving out orders to people like, hey, here's the money, get the supplies, build these things. You're just going through a third party right now to get these done.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need a granary?
Realistically, no.
Probably not yet.
Mills generally have a default built-in storage anyway in real life.
We have a small storage
Granaries
at the
are
docks.
for
Yeah, you have a small
Bigger.
storage, a storehouse already to kind of hold
We need
things.
people to actually need to store the grain anyway. So.
Yeah.
well, and then again,
Maybe there might be
thing-
some events that pop up later on
Don't
that
mind.
your people. Sorry, that your people will request things like, "Hey, we would like this built.
I
If
think
y'all can build
really,
this, we like you more."
realistically, we need a dock and we need a dock and we need a
That
build.
is the reduced list.
I don't even know that like a graveyard might be something that we wait on.
Well, we have a lot of dead.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they can also just toss the bodies out into a fire or build a ditch and just store them in. That's
I mean,
basically
the dead that we have are zombies, and we don't really know who they were or what they were or where they are. So, and it might be in our best interest to dispose
You know
of
what?
the bodies than bury
Yeah.
them. Bury them.
I've always been partial to pyres, anyways.
basically you basically just tell them like, "Hey, look, we cleared this out from a bunch of unsavory things. Just burn the bodies, please." And she's just like, "This is not the first time we've ever had to do something like this. We can take care of the cleanup as well."
It's more sanitary to burn the bodies.
Well, yeah, no. That's pretty much what they're gonna do. They'll be like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we can easily just dispose of the bodies for you. That's fine."
Okay, so we're down to Mansion, Pier, Smithy Mill for now.
And the mansion is for what?
Our keep.
That's basically they're gonna. That's the reduced.
Oh,
price
that's
I'm
the price
using.
for the for fixing the keep. I see. I thought I was just trying to figure out what we were.
Since it's already there.
Yeah, that would basically give you a place to sleep on the island.
Instead of sleeping on the dirt.
Yep. Or sleeping in the town guard barracks thing.
I think that sounds like a good starting place.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not there, so.
Your inputs are still valid, and it's good to provide these because I kind of didn't want y'all to split up for this reason, but you gave a really good reason of sitting around.
And
I mean-
technically, we could say we talked with him. We're going to go talk to the engineer. What would you suggest?
And yeah, think of this as he's providing his we need these things. This is before he left or he sat down. He's like, "Hey, when y'all go, we need these things."
All right.
We need a
then,
place to sleep. We need some place to park. We need.
Congo will put in the order for the 4 items.
Okay. So how much are y'all going to be removing from your
1,900.
1900? All right.
So I got a little
I
bit
can't
left.
believe I need a calculator now.
Red Thor, you want to
I have my calculator.
take the party down to the docks and get the ship repaired too?
2105 minus
Yeah,
1.
after
They'll probably come back to meet up with you and let you know.
Yeah,
and
it
you
comes
will all-
up to 22.
2205 remaining. 2205 remaining.
2205. Haven't heard that song in a long time.
When was that show made? Fucking
Oh, that
2002?
movie? Shit, early 2000s.
Yeah, sorry, it's kind of loud in the house right
You're good.
Alright, continue on.
Happens when you're living in a house with 9 other guys.
So they come back to the tavern then?
Yeah, after they told you what they put in, I assume you give your seal of approval. Like that was a good-
Did I happen to hear any disgruntled
As actually the party comes back to
farmers or
as the
my
party
state
comes hold up. As the party comes back to the table, some regular guys start coming up to you and they're like, I heard you were offering a position on a ship.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, me and these 5 other guys need some work. If you've got a position, we just got off of a tour.
Tour like they just got off of
They
another-
just served on a ship and they are looking for work.
What is your skill set?
Oh well, we're sailors. I don't know about the other guys, but I have a
Mostly
family.
just role-playing
I have
this.
I have a family here to support, and basically, I need money.
I need all the money I can get.
Pretty much, I've got like 3 kids. Ugh, it's expensive. That and sailing helps keep me out of the house, and the missus off my back, and the other guys laugh with him.
Pull out during week.
I kind of lay out the outline of what their being a member of the crew is and what we're up to as far as I let loose the knowledge that we have this island that we're working on fixing up, and we're kind of starting our own little organization.
wait.
And
You have an island? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, do you have room for people to live there?
absolutely,
Well, I mean, if you And you'll be going to this port more often, right?
It is in a bit of a disrepair at the moment, but we are certainly working on that. The rest of my party is off setting that up right now.
So essentially, you would be providing. Which port are you going to come back more to? This one or to your island?
Well, our ship will mostly be based out of our island, but I'm sure we will be stopping here from time to time.
Remember, we have that trade agreement.
We do have a trade license with the city-states.
All right, that's good. I mean, if you're going to be staying there more often, I mean, I could talk it over with the missus. If you have room, sir.
How about the rest of you?
They all kind of look like I could always change houses. So basically, here's how I'm going to play it. If you offer these men a homestead on your island, your price will be reduced, and they will be citizens of your island.
I'm certainly all for that, and I have no problem offering them a place to stay. I let them know that at this point there's really nothing there. We're going to be purchasing supplies and things to be taking to the island with us when we go on this trip.
Well, and what you see, one of the guys raising the fact. Oh,
I'm being honest with them. I'm not trying to hide anything.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I could talk to my brother. He's a farmer. He's been looking for work. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some other people we could talk to. I mean, this is a crowded city, and there's always people looking for work somewhere.
Send them to me.
Party arrive about this?
Huh?
I sign on the 5.
Still in transit?
Yeah.
Is party still in transit to the bar, or have we just arrived?
You
You guys
just
arrive
walked in.
Yeah, you walk in while I'm signing on 5 new crew members.
So
basically, these guys will. All right, so these guys as citizens of your island, they won't be considered sailors. But so I'm gonna reduce the price for you because that 2 gold pieces a month is gonna be expensive.
Unless we start making money like mad. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's always contracts out there. So basically, you're offering these guys homes on your island.
Yeah,
and
a
they're
homestead,
like,
a place to call their own, to actually have a piece of land to stake a claim.
And they're not being in the city. And the guy with the family, he's really intrigued by this deal because, you know, he's got 3 kids. So housing is expensive in the city. And so it'd be relatively cheaper for him to live on your island. They would still be paying taxes to you for basically like the protection and all that kind of stuff.
That'd be minimum at best. Like very little.
Yeah. But they would be basically being like, oh, okay. So we'll play it like this. So if they live on your island, you do have to basically pay them the income for working there. And if you like train up some guys to be the city guard, that's when they go to the skilled individual price, which is the 2 gold pieces a month. And that's like hiring people like of skilled labor.
Yeah, they're having
so that
someone train
encompasses
them or
guards, miners, things like that.
Okay.
But you will be getting taxes from the island itself once it gets more fruitful.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're kind of going to be living in the red.
Until you find
like every small business.
Until we find something that's profitable.
Then, unless you're going to charter a ship, you're going to have to carry the people over.
How many people can we hold on to before...
Your ship has a max cargo capacity of 20.
That's going to be kind of cramped.
Plus or minus crew?
That's not including crew.
Okay.
You can carry 20 people comfortably in the ship.
It's kind of cramped for a sloop, in my honest opinion, but sure.
That's like packed to the gills, so we can carry 20.
Yeah.
I'll let B run to the math.
So they've talked with some people, and they can get like 20 people together, including their families and all that kind of stuff. But that's
Alright.
basically what I'm saying for future knowledge. They can convince their families to.
I
come
tell
over
them
too.
where they can
So you
find
get 20 people to start to live on your island right now.
I tell them where they can find the ship, and I let them know that we're. What is the timetable we're working with here? Like,
So sailing to your island takes about what did I say? It was like about a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a day a square.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to increase that just for like time purposes. But yeah, it'll take you about a week to get to your island. 2 weeks tops.
Yeah,
it's-
it's
if we're laden,
6
yeah.
days or 6 days. I'd round it up to a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we're laden, that's going to take about 2 weeks. If we're not laden, well, we're a lot faster.
So it'll take you about 2 weeks with all the passengers and everything, and all of their home stuff, things like
Food, water for the trip, and all that.
that.
Their clothing, tools, and whatnot.
the rest of the party, I assume, catches me up on the money that was spent on the.
Yeah, as you usher
island.
the guys away, and they shake your hand and very eagerly. As you're all sitting at the table, you see. Let me pull up this picture. You see this woman walk in.
Uncle's girlfriend.
You don't know for sure.
That's
She
your
could be
new
someone
name.
else's.
That's your new name. All right. He's cheating on wifey Bob.
Oh, damn.
And she's
A Goliath.
a Goliath.
Yeah. You watch as she walks up to the tavern. Most of the main reason you noticed her is because there's not many Goliaths walking around in this city.
Other
First
than
of all.
Congo.
Me.
Yeah. And then
I glance at the bartender and kind of nod in her direction and shrug my shoulders. Because I'd asked
Yeah.
about it, and
he's like, he gives you a nod, and she walks up to the bar and like starts ordering a tankard. And you see him talking to her.
I motion that I'm gonna buy her a tankard of ale.
And he's
to the bartender. So the bartender, I'm not motioning to her. I'm motioning to the bartender.
Yeah, he gives you a thumbs up, and she's like,
What the
looks
fuck's
at him,
going on?
and then she looks over, and he's like explaining to her. You see him talking to her, and then he points towards you, and she just gives a sigh. She takes the tankard, walks up to your table, and sits down. One second. I need to. There we go. NPC list. What do you want?
We're trying to crew out our ship. We heard that you might be looking for a long-term employment.
That
You look
is
like
true.
you look like you can handle it yourself.
Da.
So, are you interested?
Thalia Granite Shield. And she takes a drink from her tankard.
Wait, what did she say?
Dahlia or Thalia?
Thalia,
Thalai. Thalia.
Thalia Granite Shield? Something like that?
Thalia Granite Shield. Congo,
Hi.
you get a history check with advantage.
Let's see. Advantage.
Don't roll a
This-
1 twice.
Plus 1 to my intelligence here. Look, he's not the smartest.
Hey, it's better than a 10, but I don't know what
Yeah.
you need to get. So
Not that, because he took a.
She looks like she served in the military as well. Judging by her armor, she served in the Earthen monarchy as well.
Let's see.
That's something you know.
Yeah.
I say it to her. The bartender tells, or the barkeep tells me that you have skills as a sailor. Do you have any other specialties?
I would not say that I am a sailor per se, but I have served on ships, mostly working as guard for smaller, weak men.
Congo lets out a laugh.
And you watch as she puts down her tankard, and she looks at Kongal dead in the eyes, and then she speaks giant towards you. What is so funny? You think woman is not strong?
No. It's funny because it is true. They are smaller and weaker.
She chuckles. Then she switches back to common. So, you're in need of my services then?
I believe we can make a deal.
Then you have yourself a guard.
I let her know about the island and that, in general, what's going on with the rest of the group, and just so that she's aware.
She waves it off. Where I serve is my home.
Gammond, I suggest you inform her about the state of the ship.
How damaged is the ship from our fight?
Not badly, but there's significant, cannon damage.
Good. Finally someone to compete with.
We will be in harbor for some time as we get repairs on our ship, but as soon as that is finished up, we will be heading out. So
Then I will meet you at this Bluebird. It's a weak name for ship.
Yubi.
Congo just shrugs. Like it's not his.
Then I guess I shall call you Captain, Mr.
Gammon.
Gammon. Das Vidanya. And she finishes off her tabard, leaves it on the table, and walks away.
This is, speaking of the ship,
So we've got
get down
2
to
more
the
crew
ship.
that we need to come up with.
As you are sitting down, basically waiting for other people to show up, you see a Minotaur walk in, and he heads over to your table. And he looks like... this.
We're becoming a menagerie.
We already are.
Yeah, you
We already are. None of us
Okay.
are the same race.
What are we doing now?
We have a half man, half horse. We have a tiefling who's like half demon, half human.
You have a half... Well,
Have
you
a
have a
couple of-
dragonborn, which do not confuse them for dragons.
We have a dragonborn, a giant, 2 giants now.
Yep.
Yep.
Were the other people mostly human?
Yeah, they were humans.
And we have lizard folk.
And we have the lizard folk.
And one of them has skill with magic. But yeah,
I look at the
minute.
I look at the Minotaur and I raise my tankard to him. And nod.
Greetings. My name is Mortaris. I hear that you have room on a ship, and you're looking for crew.
We are.
Well, you have found one of the best corsairs in the Ozpon city-states.
What exactly is a corsair?
I serve on ships, but I specialize in combat and warding off borders.
That probably would be a good thing.
That it
I can
would.
only do so much myself at once.
And Sam here.
But I am a specialized sailor.
That would be a good thing, because we're, I'm not sure how many of those we actually have, technically.
The guys that you hired on were actual sailors.
Yeah, but the other 5 people, or the other 4 people in our regular party aren't sailors.
No.
Or does Red Thor have some sailing?
Well, I
do
guess.
one thing good, and that's
Well,
killing.
actually, you have a party of 6 now that I think about it. So you actually, this was the last person you needed. I'd miscounted. Because Golemov, his character tag doesn't show up there for some strange reason.
Oh, that's right.
It's because you're the DM.
Yeah.
Or you're hosting the session. So.
Uh-huh.
We leave as soon as repairs are made to our ship, and I tell him where he can find it.
Great. This will be a wonderful journey. I do have a question, though. How long
Yes.
will we be sailing?
We'll probably be late.
2 weeks.
2
Well,
weeks to drop
it'll
people.
be-
Well, basically, he's asking like, how long are you like keeping?
We're looking-
would you be
we're
keeping him
looking for long-
contracted?
We're looking for long-term crew, and I tell him about the island and potential for homestead and.
Well, the homestead is a glorious thing. Motara's home is the sea. But as long as you have need for my glorious skills, I shall serve with you.
Out of character.
You notice he is quite a boorish kind of person. He is very full of himself.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Puss in Boots.
I am trying to give him a Spaniard slightly, but more of a gruff Spaniard. But I will take this as an agreement of contract. And
Sure, and I'm taking names and
Uh-huh.
making contract information, which I'll eventually hand off to Golemov.
Well then, I will see you at the ship, Captain Gammon. Away I go. And all right,
So we have our crew. What's it gonna cost to fix up the ship? And we need to buy more cannon rounds.
While I'll do that, I need to check my laundry.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
So
right,
once you go to the ship, right?
They go to the shipwright.
It'll be another 100 gold to fully repair the ship. That's just to get the repairs and everything, so it'll bring you back up to your max health for the ship. It's all the way at the bottom here. All right,
we
so
also need to lay in supplies. And
yeah, rations and things like that. Rations aren't that expensive though. You can find the price for that in the player's handbook.
Mm-hmm. Which are very cheap.
Yeah.
rations includes food and water, or is water?
Yeah, that's everything. One ration supply is a full person, so just think of it as like that. All right, so well, you won't be able to upgrade your ballistas into cannons because that is pretty much out of your price range.
Mm.
But you could, let's see, you could turn them into catapults, and that's only 600 gold a pop.
Which ones? The cannons or the ballista?
Your ballistas.
Mm.
I'd say keep the ballista. What, do we already have a catapult?
No.
No.
How many ballista? Actually, you rephrase that. What technically weapon systems do we have on the ship?
2 cannons,
You have
2
two.
ballista.
Yep.
I would say.
The catapults do have a much farther range,
Yeah.
and they do more damage.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I'm actually thinking of this the wrong way. I'm thinking more realistic and not.
But they do have a
Dice
dead
roll.
zone.
Aha.
That's the only problem with catapults. They do have a dead zone, but they do fire a lot further. And if y'all don't plan to be getting up close to things, that actually works better.
Mm-hmm. As long as we can, like, outmaneuver and outrun them. But if we're going to be late,
Which, judging by your last fight style, yeah, y'all were more of
try to evade and get crack shots in.
actually, judging by the rules of this book, catapults don't actually take range, or they don't take a slot. But you do need to order your crew to operate it, or operate it yourselves.
Hmm.
Okay. So technically, we wouldn't need to upgrade ballista. We could throw on a catapult. So I would say keep the ballista just in case, like, we can't evade and do get in close.
I'm back.
But to install the catapults is 600 gold a pop. Now, if you were to, you could. So I'm gonna play it like this: you could sell the ballistas for their price, and those are 1,000 gold a pop, and then you could upgrade those 2 to cannons, and that would just be in total. You would get 2 cannons for 2,000.
Yeah, but then we only have 2,205 left, and we haven't bought ammunition yet either.
Cannonballs are 8 gold piece a pop.
Oof.
No.
How much are ballista bolts?
3.
Can we get chain shot here?
You can. Chain shot is 5 gold pieces a pop. Grape shot is 5. They sell smoke bombs, which are 20 gold pieces a pop. Catapult stones are 3 gold pieces a pop. Grappling hooks are 50.
What type of ammo can the ballista fire? Just the ballista bolts, or can they?
There's also flaming bolts that you can buy, which is basically like they're dipped in tar,
Or
wrapped around the bolt.
So no actual like fire pots or anything like that.
Yeah, no. You basically set fire to them and launch them at ships, and they're 5 gold pieces a pop.
Do the cannons require gun?
Huh?
Do the cannons require powder?
That comes in the price of the
included in the
cannonballs.
price of the
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So-
actually the price of the shot, not the So
Well, the reason I was
I'm throwing
asking,
I'm throwing the powder price in for each shot with its price.
the reason I was asking is like, for say the flaming bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Say you were able to get a lucky shot in their powder stage.
That would go under the. We'll deal with that when we come to like criticals and
critical
things like that.
hits, yeah.
That's why I was asking if there was a.
But most powder is stored in a very safe spot, and a
Okay.
ballista bolt is not going to.
That's I was asking about gunpowder to make sure like that was a thing.
Yes, powder is a thing, but it's most nations use arcane powder, which is a little bit safer and a little bit easier to make than true gunpowder.
Unless you're the monarchy.
You said the catapults don't have a dead zone?
They do have a dead zone. Ballistas don't have a dead zone. Neither do cannons. The disadvantage with the ballista is its range.
Mm.
Where do I find where do you find the information on the cannon and ballista? What is
It's in one of my other books that I have that's not uploaded into there.
Which, if anything, gets close enough, I'll deal with it.
I think we should upgrade the ballistas to catapults. That's cheaper than cannons, right?
Well, he said the catapults don't take up a slot like the ballista do. So we can sell the ballista to get the cannons.
Where do the cannons get mounted then?
The cannons would be mounted in the place of the ballistas.
Oh, so we would be able to fire off the rear of the ship then.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, cannonballs aren't cheap, and how many did we use on our?
4.
Was it only 4? Felt like more.
We got hit
Wow.
with a few.
Yeah.
Can we use those?
No.
Um,
They destroy themselves upon hit.
you said they're 8 gold apiece?
For cannonballs,
Cannonballs?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good grief.
And how
So
many do we already
let's
have?
we've got, if we restock, it'll cost us 32 gold and we can have our 10 again.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should also buy. How much was chain shot?
That was 5 gold pieces a pop.
Let's buy 5 chain shot as well, so that's 25. So that's 60 gold.
And grape shot is good against crew.
Well, at this point, I'm mainly hoping to be able to escape whatever comes after us, because we're going to be on this trip anyway. we don't want if we run into
And then
enemies.
smoke bombs are allowed. Basically, they're giant smoke bombs.
Well, if I'm not
So you can
having
either
to
use them to run away, or you can use them to get in close.
if I'm not having to run the ship's wheel, I'm a built-in smoke bomb. So
That's true.
I'm also the human cannonball. Goliath cannonball.
So I think probably just regular cannonballs and some chain shots. So that'd be 60 gold for now. That'll get us.
So you're switching out the ballista?
How much was grape shot? That was 3 gold. 5 gold for chain shot. What was grape shot?
Same.
It's the same. 5 gold.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it. have the catapult.
So 85
Catapult
gold would
in
give
and
us
off
5
you.
chain shot, 5 grape shot, and it'd fill out our complement of cannonballs to 10. So we get 10 cannonballs, 10 regular cannonballs, 5 grape shot, and 5 chain shot.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be 85 gold. And I don't think we want to shoot. I don't know if we've got the funds to upgrade to cannons right now. I mean, we have the funds, but that's going to leave us without any money. So,
I'd probably say actually do catapults, then rear cannon.
Well, yeah. As it is right now, if we spent, from what Warlord said earlier, we could pay the 600 to have a catapult put in. Right now, we would still have 2 ballista.
Well, let's get the ship repaired, get the ship stocked up on ammo and food, water.
Uh-huh.
so we can buy. I guess I thought we had to either or. So we can have both our ballista and a catapult.
Yeah. But you can only install 1 catapult, because they do take up a lot of space.
I'm guessing that'll be center deck.
Yeah.
And what's its fire arc?
It has a max range of 800, and it's accurate out to 200 feet.
But what's the firing arc off of the ship?
It can fire anywhere.
Cow.
It can be rotated.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, because it kind of would lob it over.
And how much does that cost?
That is 600 gold. If you install a
And
catapult.
what does catapult shot cost?
3.
3?
Yep. That is 3. A catapult stone is only 3.
And if you hit someone, that's going through deck.
Roll depending.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But if you crit, well,
All right. So 730 gold gets us a full complement of 10 cannon rounds because we used 4. So that's 4 more cannon rounds. That gets us 5 chain shot, 5 grape shot. That gets us a catapult, and that gets us 15 rounds of catapult ammunition.
Uh-huh.
So I think that sounds like a plan. And how
So
are we
you
doing on ballista ammo?
10 cannon rounds.
I think we only shot 4 ballista bolts, I think.
I don't know what they were. 2 gold.
No, the ballista bolts were...
Or were they just silver?
They were 3. They were 3 gold pieces a pop.
So plus another 12 to fill out our complement of those. We place the 4 that we shot. So 742 gold. Minus.
Make it 20.
So we'd have 1463 left.
One second. And what else was I gonna put on here? Oh yeah, the money. How much are you currently at?
We'd be down to 1463. I was gonna say, hopefully not 63.
Okay, and that's without. Oh no, wait. Did y'all buy the cannon or the
No,
catapult?
we didn't buy the cannon, but that bought us a catapult, 15 rounds of catapult ammunition, 4 more rounds of ballista ammo to fill out what we had used, and 4 more rounds of cannon to fill out what we used. It also bought 5 rounds of chain shot and 5 rounds of grape shot.
Okay. All right, catapult and let's see. And you got 15 rounds of catapult ammo?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you have 10 regular cannon shot, 5 chain shot, 5 grape shot, 20 ballista bolts, and 15 catapult stones. All right. Let's see what else are.
Does that sound like a plan for everybody else?
Mhm.
Sounds good.
All right.
And
So
then
you're gonna.
we pay for repairs. I think you already took that out. I'm not sure though.
Oh no, I didn't take that out yet. So that was minus another 100. So that's 1363. Okay.
And we are ready to head out if our people have arrived.
Is everybody here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, roll a perception check for me.
I don't see shit.
You're
We
too
ain't
busy.
found-
You're too busy readying the ship to leave dock.
Yeah.
Red? Okay.
He may still be on the phone. DM roll.
All right.
Or we could say he just notices nothing.
Yeah, he'll see it too. All right. You all see a young boy who looks like he's lost.
Is it a human boy or?
Yep, he's human.
How far is he out from where we're at?
He's not that far from you. You just see him standing in the middle of the dockyards.
Kill starts moving over to him.
Okay.
Excuse me, young man. Are you lost?
I can't find my mom.
Where have you last seen her?
I was out playing and I kind of got lost.
Where were you playing on that?
At the market.
Let's go. Cal kind of looks over to where the others are and kind of waits for one of them to come over.
Golemov walks over. I'm assuming everyone else walks over.
I'm on the dock, standing there on the dock, overseeing the loading of the ship.
Okay.
So
I'm on the ship.
I'm in range to see this, but
I'm on the ship oblivious.
Golemov looks down at the boy. What have you found here?
This young lad has lost his mother. Or his mother's lost him, not too sure which. He was playing over in the market.
You watch as he kind of shies away as the others start walking up. Roll a...
What was perception rolled for?
To notice a boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he had already. It was already taken care of.
Yeah.
He kind of motioned you all over. I was asking, did everyone else walk up? Golemov walked up. He motioned. But basically, you see a young boy. Now that you're closer, Elm or Elm Charger, you notice he has kind of looks like some elvish features to him.
Like pointed ears? Or
Yeah,
you have some distinct features that I recognize, young lad. You kind of like
What do you mean? And you just kind of point to your ears.
mm-hmm.
Roll a persuasion with advantage. Basically, you're trying to calm this child down. Okay.
Better than mine.
You have pointy ears like me.
That I do. But I don't think you have feet like I do, but that's a good thing, for you don't have to do some of the things I have to do.
What do you have to do?
I sometimes have to kneel down just to get through doors. Doors about that tall, as he points to like a normal human-sized door. It is.
He kind of giggles. He laughs a little bit. So, are you part horse?
It is a long story, but let's just say some things happened in the past, and here I am today.
Are you a knight?
So. I am a paladin, but I am also a knight.
What's a paladin?
Paladins, we protect those from things that go bump in the night. We make sure civilization remains whole, while we make sure things that would destroy it at bay.
So you're a hero.
The true heroes are those told in tales of long past. I am no hero yet.
You're pretty cool.
Thank
My
you.
name's Tywin.
My name is Kill.
Do you introduce the other people who are apparently Golemov? I think is the only one. Did anyone else walk up, or is everyone else gone?
I can see this happening.
Yeah, you're over there. I know you're good. I was asking about the other people, like Kai and Red Thor.
Well,
I walk up.
Kai's a little missing.
Well,
Oh,
this
yeah,
big
he's on the phone. I forgot.
this big fellow standing over here is Golemov.
You watch as Golemov bows, and he's like wondered by Golemov, mostly because of the. Now you're starting to notice that seems to be some tattoos on his body now
Do my paladin
that weren't there
senses
when you first met. Yeah.
do my paladin senses kind of sense evil or anything from him?
Nope. True neutrality.
So nothing, just gray. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Which is actually strange, because even from the average person, you don't feel this much gray. His is pure gray.
Now that's kind of peculiar. What are these tattoos on you? Do you remember when you were given these?
He looks at you, kind of raises an eyebrow, and then he starts to look at himself. I never had these before.
That was
This
the
is-
boy?
No, that's Golemov.
Oh,
I thought this was also the boy.
No, you all noticed this. Like there was like some tattoos showing up on Golemov.
oh, I thought you said they were
Oh.
tattoos showing up on the boy. That's why I was
Yeah.
totally
Look at this
confused.
No. I'm saying on Golemov. Well, now that he's like, basically the boy pointed it out, and it's something like no one really noticed this going on Golemov, but now that someone is another party has pointed it out, you notice like, well, you can't see it right now, Gammon, because you're not close enough.
But Kill sure as hell can.
Yeah. They're like on the little bit of the hand, his hands you can see, and on his trunk there are tattoos, and they're like a swirling like pattern, almost a tribal look to them.
Alright. Hmm.
I don't know. This is new.
Indeed.
And he watches his eyes suddenly glow as he looks at the boy. And he just becomes rigid still for a minute. And then they blink back out.
Does the boy get frightened by this, or?
Oh yeah, he's a little scared.
Easy now, child. He does that from time to time. It's something to do with something peculiar.
You teach Kill how to speak to children.
What would be a good calming check? What skill would that be to calm someone down? I guess it would just be a charisma, or yeah, roll another persuasion. No advantage.
All right.
Shit.
Well, maybe he does
Ask
not.
the paladin to roll persuasion. He rolls perception. What am I persuading for?
Yeah.
Still not bad because he's proficient.
Sorry.
So good roll.
It's still a passing roll.
Dirty
Oh
20.
yeah, very good. And yeah, you successfully managed to calm the boy down. And now that he's like calmed down, he's actually like, he walks up to Golemov and starts walking around him. You hear Golemov speaking to you. What is he doing?
He's just
What is
looking at
this?
you.
He wants to sniff your butt.
Wait, you say that to Golemov? Okay.
That would have been a conversation.
Yep.
I could just see
I-
his butthole was slamming shut.
Well, I like the little creature that you have found. Perhaps we should return it to whence it came.
We had to find his mother first.
You did roll a 22 for perception. Did you have-
Okay.
I'm guessing people are looking at us and wondering what the fuck's going on over here.
Yeah, but they're mostly dock workers, so they've got jobs to do. They're just like, what the fuck? Okay.
What's the horseman,
And-
elephant man doing over there?
Yeah. Why is the child assaulting the elephant man?
Golemov will remember
So
that.
basically, yeah, I take it that you're gonna go try and find his mother,
Yeah, wherever she
and you
may be.
relay as much to the child.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of goes, okay. So, who's gonna go with Kill and Golemov.
Red Thor will.
I will stay at docks because I'm still interested in the
What's going on at the dock?
military and who and
Is this out of metagaming? Does the DM
Uh-huh.
want the party to go on this little journey?
That's up to you if you want to go. This is not a required party event. The rest of you can just stay at the ship and get
I'm
things
pretty
ready
sure
to
he
go.
would just say the party goes.
I need to let my dog out, so if you want to have the party just go ahead or the rest of them go, then
Okay.
Sure.
All right. And Kongol, you're staying?
Yeah, I'm staying because I want to find out more about what we were asking the barkeep.
What barkeep?
he wants to check out the giant
The
chick.
What? No, it was about that military ship and them visiting the Huan people.
Uh-huh. The barkeep already told you all the information he knew. There's nothing else to know.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you're just going to be helping on
yeah,
the ship.
just help with the ship.
Okay.
So
You're making the load up a lot easier.
Mhm.
Like helping some of the families get their bags and stuff in. You're like carrying the entire like all of their stuff in one load.
Pretty much have all their suitcases or whatever they would call suitcases
Yeah.
under your arms.
Mortaris is like kind of like, I could do that, and he also like lifts up just as much as you. Thalia is just rolling her eyes as you two are basically trying to outlift each other. You're basically having a bro off, and she's just like, men.
She goes back to sipping her stein of ale.
Well, no, she's on the ship.
And on
Yeah, we're at
duty.
the ship right now. Yeah.
Alright, so Kel, Golemov, and Red Thor go off to find the little boy's mother.
All right. Y'all know where the market square pretty much is.
Mhm.
Roll a perception check for me, Red Thor and Elm Charger, and I'm going to roll one for Golemov.
Nope. Don't see anything.
There are a lot of people in the crowd for you. Same with you, Red Thor.
Damn it. Can I reroll?
No. Holy shit, Golemov. Okay. Golemov, basically the boy was so fascinated and he managed to convince Golemov to let him ride on his shoulders. And
I think we might need that boy for our persuasion skills.
oh, you mean your perception?
Yeah.
Basically Golemov, he taps you on the shoulder with his trunk and he's like, I believe that is the boy's mother over there. And you see a woman, she's kind of like scurrying back and forth in a very like hurried manner. And she looks like
NPC image time.
Yep. As y'all walk closer to her, because the boy pointed out and he's like, "That's my mom." She looks like
Death Wonder.
I hope not.
Just extensively glamored.
she looks like that.
So she's human?
She is human. You watch as like Tywin like raises his hands like, "Mom, I found new friends." And she snaps her head over and looks at you.
Right.
Did you get the image, Tristan?
Yeah.
Okay. And she runs over. She's like, Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Tywin, what did I tell you about running off? Sorry, Mom. And, like, you watch his Gollum, he kind of picks the boy off of his shoulder and he, like, sets him down. And he does a bow towards her. I'm deeply sorry. It's difficult taking care of the boy.
No problem. The boy was actually quite helpful in helping us find you, really.
I'm deeply sorry. I wish there was some way I could repay you.
No problem. There's no need for that. Boy was lost, and we decided to help him find his mother, and, well, at least he found us before he found a group of men or something else that wouldn't have been so savory.
I got to see the ships. I told you not to go to the dockyards. We're going to have a long talk when we get home, young man. Oh, where are my manners? My name is Morgana. Morgana Le Fay.
Went there.
Kill him, Charger.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Elmcharger.
This here is my friend Golemov.
I'm hoping I'm not the only one who got that reference.
Yes. And I want her to join us out of principle alone. But I am not there.
And this is my friend, another friend, Retor. The fuck is your name? Hammersmith.
Do you say anything, Red?
Good day, ma'am. You have a very fairly well-behaved son.
And did you introduce Golemov?
Yes. Yes, I did.
He took another bow. I wish I had some way to repay you, but I don't have much. It's
There's
difficult to find work here.
Golemov, will we have room for, well, maybe one more? Child? Or are we kind of booked?
You watch as he's suddenly thinking. I mean, with all the current people, I would judge that our ship might be kind of full. He suddenly watches his eyes just
Below?
go. Yeah, his eyes glow, and so do the tattoos this time. And he, like, leans down at Morgana. And it looks like he's almost studying her. And she's just kind of, like, puts Tywin behind her. As she's, like, staring back at him. It doesn't look like she's, like, afraid. But she is, like, concerned for her son. And you just watch as he's scanning her, almost. Like, more intently than he is most other things.
Okay, Golemov, that's enough with the glowy green eyes.
You watch as his head just snaps towards you.
Okay, maybe continue on.
And then his head turns back. And then suddenly he just snaps back out of it. And then she looks over at you. She's still got kind of an angry look on her face.
The woman?
Is this woman
Yeah, Morgan.
as neutral as the child is neutral?
I don't know.
Pretty much.
Alright.
As neutral as every other person that you ever encounter. You really only get like severe senses of good or evil when you're dealing with something of a particular alignment.
I guess
Most
I mean, I'm not there, but I'm just asking: is his spidey sense tingling?
Not at all.
I am sorry about that.
Yes, maybe you should keep your warlock under check. This is the first time you've actually heard somebody refer to what Golemov is. You have no idea what a warlock is.
Kill kind of looks kind of confused.
Same with you, Red. You have never heard of a warlock before.
I look to Golemov like, I just kind of tilt my head to the side like, there is an eh?
And then Golemov looks at her, and then suddenly you watch as he like puts his hands on her shoulders, and you can also hear him speaking, and he's like, "You know what I am." Yes, and I would hope that you would take your hands off me, sir. I apologize. It's just, What is a warlock? Oh, come now. You can't tell me that you unknowingly... Oh god, you don't know. Yeah. A warlock is a person who has patroned themselves out to a being of some other power. More commonly, a devil of some kind, but there have been words that there are other beings. Apparently you can also patron yourself out to a celestial or an ancient fey creature of some kind. What? Does your patron not speak to you? I apologize. And he watches Golemov just kind of walks off, heading back towards the ship.
Oh, what just happened? And why did you call him a warlock? And what truly is a warlock other than a being that devoted themselves to a patron of some type?
You watch as she basically has a stare at Golemov as he's walking away.
Like a 1,000
Well,
yard
it sounds
stare?
like he is one of the more foolish ones. He established a pact with a being he does not even understand. But... And, Tywin is, it's kind of shaken up by this whole entire scenario. Oh, I'm sorry, dear. Mommy didn't mean to get that angry at the man. I apologize, Mr. Elmcharger. It's just the... I'm not originally from here. Originally, I lived in the Dominion of Kull before I came to this island. They're quite common in the Dominion, those who have sold themselves for power to devils and the such.
From well, I'm a paladin, and I would know if he had a pact with a devil, for he would be of an evil alignment.
Not exactly. Someone can patron themselves to a demon and not ever have to be an evil person themselves. It's just sometimes when the entity takes over and has something that it needs done or needs to speak of its own accord, you usually see the glowing eyes of the individual. They're essentially just a conduit for whatever being they've channeled the power for.
Hmm.
It looks like your friend doesn't even understand what his is.
Or maybe he asked, but he didn't receive an answer.
Well, whatever it is, I would take care. It is more powerful than I have ever seen before.
More powerful than that of a demon that you have seen?
Most warlocks at least maintain some control of their facilities. It seems that whatever that was completely takes over his body.
Well, he also has no ability to speak other than speaking through the mind.
I was wondering about that.
But he has spoke, but the voice was unknown to me. But this is when his body is completely controlled by whatever it is.
Then I would take exceptional care. But alas, I'm sorry about that. I've taken enough of your time.
That's no problem. We were doing very
But I do
little.
have a question. Why were you asking about room on your ship?
Well, you said you were having hard times getting work here in the Osborne city-states, so I was thinking that we had maybe some room left on board our ship, so maybe you could start our life anew.
What do you mean?
And Kel pretty much tells her about circumstances leading up to how they obtained the island and such. And that they have a deed to the island and they're looking for people that wish to live there.
I'm just thinking if word spreads about this, Yoda's gonna hate us.
Oh yeah. Mikhail doesn't
Yeah,
Oh,
know.
they do.
you're purposely telling her about how you killed off a bunch of legion.
I'm fine with that.
Go ahead and just spread the bad news.
We told him
Don't
we
piss
wouldn't.
us off.
We told him we wouldn't cause problems at his guild hall. We didn't say anything about elsewhere.
Beerun has a point.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you and your technicalities, Gammon.
That's exactly what I told the guy when I walked out of the room.
Gammon's not
so
there.
I'm
You're
just
not
saying,
lying.
I'm fine with that. And as far as I know, Kill's probably on the same page with me. So,
Well, Kill stormed out of the room, so yeah.
and
He
I
never
followed
heard that,
him
bro.
thereafter. So,
Yeah, that is true.
Red Thor don't give no.
Red
Well,
Thor's like, screw the guy. Everyone does not like that little fucking kobold.
Well, after the shit that we've seen on the island, what happened there? Yeah.
You don't fuck with us.
And what I went through on that island before y'all found me.
All right. Kill. I need you to make a diplomacy check.
dun dun dun.
Diplomacy.
Instead.
That rare check indeed.
Nope, that's deception.
So for a paladin, that translates to an intimidation roll.
I don't have diplomacy, so would that just be a perception?
You still make the roll. You're just not trained in it.
No.
What?
What is that's
Skill.
not that doesn't show up
Not
under
under
skill.
a
Wait,
skill.
really? It doesn't?
No.
they get
So
rid of
it's not
diplomacy?
boosted by
Oh,
us.
persuasion. Sorry.
Okay. And not a perception this time. Oh.
Sorry, I was thinking
Oops.
3.5.
I didn't. I thought I accidentally rolled as I didn't mean to roll.
Well, so long as you ensure that that thing stays away from my son. What jobs do you have available?
Well, what are your skills then? 'Cause-
She kind of gets a little bit nervous at that.
Does she look? I'm not. Does she look elven?
no, she's
no.
human.
No, she's human.
She is full human.
He sent a picture.
Mm-hmm.
She is. That is 100% what she looks like.
Awkward thing. I closed my character sheet and.
Cooking your character.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. Her picture is exactly how she looks.
So she's where the boy gets the half human from.
Pretty much.
If she's even his mother,
Dun dun dun.
with a name like that,
Well,
one wonders.
you can tell. You can tell by looking at the boy. He shares some of her facial features.
Okay.
Kill. That's her son.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a little bit strange for you because you're like, wait, he has pointed ears. She doesn't.
Who the fuck was his father?
And
Do you say that out loud?
and she's from the but she did claim that she's from the Dominion. So
Which is kind of creepy.
I mean, it's kind of a hop, skip, and a jump from the Elven Triumvirate.
it's actually very neighboring. There, you do know that there were some drow that moved out there. And the boy does have a slightly darker skin complexion than she does.
What about
Like
his...
not as in like tan darker, but like ashen darker.
What about his eye color? Is it...
His eyes are about the same as hers, like an amber color.
Okay.
It's not unheard of for elves to have children, just not where you're from, or have elves with non-elves, just not where you're from.
Yeah.
But you have heard like
Story.
sailor talk, yeah, basically about like some of the elves that go off sailing on the trade routes and stuff like that, and it's basically looked down upon for an elf to have, at least in the Triumvirate, if an elf had like a half-elven child, it's highly, highly frowned upon. Like, depending on who the boy's father was in the Triumvirate, they'd probably kill her and the boy, and lock up the father.
Yeah. Well, good thing we're not in the Triumvirate.
But to frame your interactions with those two particular characters, that's what the background is, knowledge on you. You seem a little bit more open-minded than a lot of the people in the Triumvirate.
Well, I'm also a centaur too, so...
Yeah.
And a
So
paladin.
you're used to dealing with the racism that or the prejudice. Well, no, actually, yeah, because you are a separate race. The actual racism. Yeah, you're used to dealing with it. It's not something you like,
Yeah.
but you're used to it.
Used to it, don't like it. And that's one of the reasons why Kill fucking just barged out, because of that fucking kobold. Because he would have killed him.
But continuing on.
Yep.
I'm more of an academic myself. I don't know how that can help you.
Well, it might help us more than you think, but I'm not sure for... Or the person that mainly set up most of the shop, or has most of the shops being built, would be pretty much our captain on board our ship, but I think we can make accommodations. And plus, you and your son would basically be welcomed, since, well, a lot of us, well, aren't very much liked upon on ourselves, especially me being from the Elven Triumvirate.
She nods in understanding. Well, if you'll have us, Mr. Elmcharger, I could always use a new home for Tywin here. And you watch as he like pulls on her robe and he's like, Mom, he's gonna be a hero someday. I'm sure he will, Tywin. Well, if you can give me some time to gather my things. I don't have much, so it shouldn't take too long.
Very well, I'll have our captain hold off until you arrive.
Okay.
And I tell her where our ship is docked at currently.
Okay. And you watch as she heads off with Tywin to go and gather her things.
All right.
And you two make your way back to the ship, and you notice pretty much everything's getting ready, underway to go. You do see Talia as she's looking over all the goods. She leans over to you, Gammon. She's like, "Excuse me, Captain. Is B-Run there?
Yep. Yep.
Aren't we a little low on rations?"
Probably. I don't know what was our last
Yeah,
ration
y'all have
count.
not. Y'all really don't have that much rations. Let's see.
What was the week's? What was rations?
I thought it restocked.
No, you didn't actually bring that up.
We restocked ammo.
Yes. So
We have the essentials. I mean, really, the essentials.
So, a ration for a day is 5 silver. So, let's see. If you were to
Times
buy
20 people, 21 people.
well, for just your crew, is what I'm assuming that you're buying for. The other people, they have enough food and stuff to keep them going. Well, I guess, yeah, you'd have to buy it for them.
Yeah,
It's going to take you about a week to get there. How much rations are you planning to buy just to stock up on the ship right now?
What do we got? Like 40 people?
You're running low.
I'm saying how many total people do we have? We have.
Well, if y'all let Morgana and her son on the ship, because that's still a decision between you, because basically deferred to you as captain, so you're the leader, and you get the final say. You're currently loaded to capacity. You could easily fit a woman and child on the ship. It would just be a lot more cramped right now.
So we've got. What was the crew of the ship? There was.
You filled out to 16, and you're carrying 20 passengers.
So 36 total.
Plus 2 more, possibly.
Is 38.
Mm-hmm.
So times. It takes a week to get to the island.
About a week, yeah.
So that's 133 gold.
Gotta get it done though.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
You also do notice, like, as you're loading up your ship, there's a massive trade barge. Like, this halfling came running up, And he started yelling out these orders like, "We gotta work! We got work! We need to load up all these goods right now!" And you're assuming that's from this massive trade barge. It's probably all your stuff that's getting loaded.
And they're loading lumber and whatnot. And
Lumber,
stone.
stone.
See.
And a bunch of dwarves are like scrambling around this massive trade barge, like, "Oh, get out of my way!"
They're carrying like pallets of 25 lumber on their shoulders and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I will. Yeah. Yes, we do need rations. I send her off to procure 12 days worth of rations for the ship, which is 230 gold.
Okay. So minus another 230. That puts it down to 1133.
And that's 12 days worth of food for 38 people. So we probably won't need all of that food, but that's extra in case. So.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
Never plan for spot on.
You plan at least several days in advance.
Especially if Gaiman's driving.
But you currently have enough ration.
I don't know if I plan on driving. I'm probably actually better off navigating, honestly.
He is a lot better at it than
well, now that we have a crew, Golomov does not have to navigate anymore.
Yeah. Golomov was just doing it as proxy.
Well, that's...
And
you do see, like, Rattletail, she's, like, looking at all these people now walking on the ship, and she's just like...
What the fuck just happened?
Well, I guess...
She just looks at you.
I would have assumed that since I was on the ship, I would have explained the situation to her while they were taking care of the kid.
I assume there will be some pecking order changes, probably, because I don't know if she's going to remain the bosun or not.
Yeah, you will have to probably call quarters eventually and talk to the people. Which, you can do that here in a little bit. Once you're ready to set off. And she's like, "Da, I can go procure this for you, Captain." And you watch as she, like, takes the gold in hand, and then she, like, walks off.
Thump, 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 thump.
She doesn't walk that far. Like, there's, like, a place to, like, right by here.
On the plus side, if she doesn't come back, she's probably not that hard to find on the island.
Yeah. No, it's, like, right off, like, the dockyard side.
I'm just kidding. If she walks off with 230 of our gold, she's probably not going to be the most difficult person to find.
Yeah, no. But no, she like walks right off and into the the main dockyard area, and she like hands it off to this random guy, and she's like pointing at the ship, and she's like she counts off on her fingers about how much she needs, and he gives her the okay sign, and then he's like, "Hey, load up the food for these guys too."
I also have some of the crew fill those barrels that I bought earlier, those empty barrels. I have them fill them with water, and as a ritual, I cast purify water.
Yeah, so it's pure water in there.
Yep.
And they're like, after they had set them down in front of you, and you started purifying the water, you took out like your holy symbol, or like doing a ritual over it. They're like. Like one of the guys, he like sticks his finger inside and tastes it. He's like, "Man, that's better than the last ship. Thanks, Captain." Goes off to load it. Load it on in.
Too bad I can't create rum.
Yeah. So that'll give a +1 morale for purified water on the crew.
I guess
we're almost done there, Zeit.
You're fine.
You're getting tired. I know how you feel. You got to get to bed here soon.
No, we had truck today, so
you're good.
I was moving.
We should be done here soon. Suddenly, though, you see a
I didn't even have to have them fish that out of the water. I could have just created it. I don't know if I can do that as a ritual, though.
Everybody who's you do see Golomov he had came back to the ship before Kill and Red Thor did, and he just like went over to the front of the ship and he just is kind of leaning over the side, just staring.
Do I know, based off of my training, do I have an inkling of what he is?
No. You do not know what he is.
Being the captain, though, I see him off by himself. I go over and ask
What's
if
happened?
everything's all right.
Oh, Mr. Gammon, it's... Well, there is some good news. I now know what I am.
Oh,
Apparently I'm a warlock. And yeah, no, that's something you've never heard of. That's an unknown term to you.
do you know what a warlock? I've never heard of a warlock. Do you know what a warlock is?
Uh, I'm not exactly sure. It's... Tell me, do I scare you? And he's like looking at you honestly.
Well, as much of a help as you've been to me and the rest of the party, we've seen a lot of things that scare me more than anything you've done to us or for us. You've done some pretty remarkable things, though. You've done some things that I don't know what's going on, but I'm certainly glad that you've been helpful to us.
I don't know what this thing that gave me these powers is, but apparently that makes me a warlock.
When did all this start?
Before I met any of you, I was a scholar, and I specialized in the study of the astral sea. I've always been fascinated by it as a child, and knowing that our world is just one of many others floating around out there. And it always intrigued me, knowing that there's entities like the Legion came from the astral sea. I was wondering if there was anything more, so I pursued it as a field of study. Unfortunately, one day while I was studying at the academy, something happened, and I found something while I was looking at the stars that made no sense, but as I further studied it, it grew, and then I was knocked unconscious. When I awoke, I could no longer speak, as you can plainly see, but I had
Oh,
these
so
powers.
that's not something you've always had.
No, I used to have a voice, and whatever this thing is took that from me. But it also gave me these powers, and apparently I don't know what it is. I know it's curious about this world, and it takes hold of me sometimes, and it's usually quite passive, but it has been getting stronger. But also my powers have gotten stronger as well.
Has it ever done anything objectionable
Well,
besides
know if you
taking
saw.
control of you? I mean, have anything that is contrary to your own feelings?
I honestly don't know. It's like when we were in the temple, or when we were in the castle, it took a hold of me there, but it also shared that knowledge. It doesn't feel like it likes the Legion, but it doesn't feel malicious either. But the control it takes sometimes has made scenarios very complicated. Like with I don't know if you saw the boy that was with us.
Yeah, what happened with that? I saw you go off with Kill earlier.
Well, we returned the boy to his mother, but when I got close to her, it must have taken control. And I believe I made a right fool of myself, to be honest. It didn't share whatever it wanted to know with me, but it scared the woman.
Is there anything peculiar about this child?
Well, it did take a slight hold over the child, but again, I felt the curiosity. That's all I ever really feel anytime it takes hold is curiosity. Like it wants to know about our world. Like some things it doesn't understand. But
Well, as of yet, it's been nothing but a help, as far as I'm concerned.
it terrifies me to lose control. To not be yourself. Sometimes I wonder if the thing is more of a curse, to be perfectly honest.
Are any of us truly ourself?
I guess. But you have the freedom. I assume you pray to a divine of some kind. Your powers don't seem to come directly from you.
I serve a god who's potentially a god of chaos, but also a god of good. You know, it's I am free to a certain extent to do what I will, but if it serves the deity, if it serves my deity's purpose, I will do it. We all serve something,
Yes.
whether it's money, our deity.
You're a lot smarter than I thought you were, Mr. Gammon.
I'll take that as a compliment, because if I don't take it as a compliment, that won't work out very well.
I don't mean to be rude. I truly do not. It's just... Sometimes I forget how young I truly am.
He's like way older than I am.
Yeah. But on a Lexanon scale, he's pretty much a young adult.
So Gammon kind of cocks his head and gives him a raised eyebrow. I need to grab my pizza out of the oven.
Yeah, you're good. And Gammon gives you a pat on the shoulder and goes back to looking. All right. The ship is loading up. Everybody's on the decks.
That's the woman and
I don't
young
need-
boy who made it to the ship.
You do see Morgana and her son. They walk up onto the ship, essentially. You notice that as Golemov sees her, he just turns back around and just
Looks away.
he looks at you, and he's just, you hear in your head, "I'll excuse myself downstairs," and he heads below deck. She is kind of eyeballing him as he walks below deck.
Kill is still kind of confused about all this whole warlock thing, so he will ponder it for a little bit and try to seek answers from Helm.
Let's see. I need you to make a
Religion?
religion check. You feel the power of Helm basically saying he does not trust this.
He doesn't
Whatever that is, it's not something that,
It's natural.
yeah, it's unnatural, whatever he is, and it goes against the natural order of things. So Helm doesn't like it.
So Helm is cautious, pretty much.
Yeah.
Kill takes that under advisement and pretty much just kind of observes, and if things need to, he will protect those that he sees as need protecting, as usual.
Mm-hmm. And the International God Hotline goes shut. But yes, Gammon, you suddenly see on the deck of the ship, and you as well, Kongol, Morgana and her son, and they're holding like looks like clothes and stuff like that in a sack. So, are you going to introduce them to?
I walk over to them and ask if there's anything we could do to help them, because I don't know who these people are.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah.
Elm Charger
Oh,
or
this-
Red Thor, are you gonna
Stand behind Gammon.
So I just got back to the computer.
Oh God, you missed all the dialogue.
He missed all the dialogue.
There was some great character building.
Well, watch the VOD.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just watch the stream. God, Kai has been gone a long time.
I've been here. It's just that anytime I talk, you ignore me, so I just kind of
We
did my own
just
thing.
I
heard
did not
you
hear
now.
you at all.
This is the first
None of
time
us
I've heard
did.
you.
Because I've been sitting here, I'm like, well, they're doing whatever they're doing.
I am
We've
so
been sitting here killing time.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
Trying to productively
We've
kill
even
time.
made references that you were still on a phone call
Yeah.
before this.
He was on a
Oh no!
celestial call.
Partway through, I literally just said like, I kind of wanted a cup of coffee. When I made a cup of coffee, came back, I'm like, oh, they're still doing whatever. Whatever.
Okay, but all right, Kai, did you get that one image that I shared of that woman?
Yeah.
Okay, you see that woman and a son. Did you hear the whole part about what her son looks like?
Something about elfy-ish looking, kinda, but
Yeah.
different skin.
Yeah, he looks half elven with ashen skin. Yeah, he still looks
He's the D&D equivalent of an Oreo. Got it.
kinda, yeah.
Hey.
But no, she's basically all right. So Gammon, you walked up to her and you asked what she's doing here.
I asked
Um,
if there's anything we could do to help her.
Okay.
Sorry, I completely forgot. Gammon, this is Morgana Le Fay, was it?
Yes, sir.
They're they are having. Some
I know. It's.
I'm having a really hard time not having Spidey senses tingling.
It was the name
mean,
that popped in my head. I knew
That
once I
name
typed it
invokes
out, I was
power.
like, fuck. They're gonna think this chick is evil to the bone.
I mean,
Never
Kel
really.
Kel doesn't feel any evil coming from her, so he knows.
Just
But the name itself is just
invokes power.
yeah. All right. So, but yeah, no. You see this yes, Mr. Mr. Elmcharger said that you had an island and you were looking for people to live there and work for you.
Well, not work for me, but work for yourself.
Okay.
This is a new beginning for all of us.
Well, You watch she kind of slightly scratches the back of her head. I could use a new beginning. Um. Oh God, stop, please.
Let's
I
continue
hate
on.
playing with people that are knowledgeable about things. I'm used to people who don't know shit.
She rubs her hands together. Oh, I could have a new beginning.
Oh, she scratches the back of her head.
And
But
some
sure.
fire glints in her eyes.
No,
Just see the world burning in behind.
I don't know if you really have need for a person of my profession, but I'm.
And what profession is that?
I'm an academic by heart. I have knowledge of courtly things. I used to serve in a court. And by court, she means like noble court, not lawyer.
Okay, never mind.
And I've also studied the arcane. So if you have any magical needs, I can help with that as well.
Well, at present, there isn't much on the island. I'm not gonna lie to you. We have an alchemy outpost and very sparse living conditions, and it looks like we're gonna be pretty cramped on the ship. We're full as it is. So, is this all of your belongings? Gammon looks around at what they've got.
Yeah, it's just basically 2 rucksacks, and you watch as she kind of gets embarrassed about that, and it's because you notice most of the other families when they were bringing stuff, they pretty much had a lot more stuff than they have.
Like they even have their kitchen sink, probably.
They had more supplies than would fit in just 2 rucksacks, almost.
And then I'm noticing this. I say, if this is all you have, I'm sure we can find some space for you somewhere.
I thank you.
If need be, Egam and I can sleep on deck and allow her to sleep where I sleep. It's not much, but it's more than enough space for 2 people.
And I thank you, sir. Where is the Luxodon fellow? I believe I should apologize.
He went downstairs, correctly? Right? Not a character?
I think he's looking over the side, isn't he, somewhere?
No,
he
he
went
the
down
second he saw Morgana walk onto the ship, he excused himself and went downstairs.
Oh.
You're assuming this is the woman that he was talking about.
I'm sure he will make his appearance at some point.
Well, it doesn't look like a large ship, so I believe you're right. I feel I was a tad harsh when I spoke with him.
I get the sense that you were more helpful than you know.
It doesn't feel that way. But
Well, if it's any reassurance, that's what I get from it.
thank you. Well, I guess we'll get ourselves situated. And you watch as she leans down to her son. Now, Tywin, you need to be on your best behavior while you're on the ship. Do you understand? Yes, Mom. All right, and do not give these gentlemen and lady any trouble. Yes, Mom. And, like, you notice he's giving her basically that half paying attention kid thing to do.
Yes, Mom.
Yeah. But he does notice Nil. He's like, whoa.
It's just
Hello.
funny until he sees the robot.
What's this thing?
But but
Boy, is the kid gonna
like-
be traumatized.
he kind of like pushes past his mom and he's like runs up to you. Are you a noble?
He'll
To-
just kind of looks. I don't think any. Just thinks to himself. I don't think anyone here other than me is noble.
Gammon.
He's talking to Kai, actually.
Oh.
Gammon-
Yeah.
Gammon's gonna raise an eyebrow at that. Because
So-
a tiefling being a noble in the Ozpon city-states is not a thing.
No, not at all.
Well, to be honest, I just kind of got dumped in the city states. I don't know any
right,
family.
but I'm just raising my eyebrow to that because I'm taking notice of the fact that the kid thinks a tiefling is a noble.
Oh,
So, and if a tiefling's a noble, they're not a noble from the Ozpon city-states.
Yeah. That is a not a common thing in the Ozpon city-states at all. Like,
Mhm.
there is no real nobility in the Ozpon city-states. It is capitalist. There is no nobility.
America.
Unless you consider, like, the dragons. That would be the only nobility.
yeah, not really. Like really fancy senators.
Considering
Anyway.
my character's background, I'm definitely questioning that one.
Yeah.
Same here because well,
Like, y'all can roll a history check with disadvantage to kind of try and put that together.
For everyone?
I mean, yeah, you can try and piece it together as well.
Just a
Jesus Christ,
disadvantage
Tristan.
history?
Yeah, it's basically hearsay history, is what you're trying to think about.
I don't piece it together, but I definitely know he's not that
Yeah.
she is not a noble from the Ozpon city-states.
Yeah.
I'll definitely know she's not noble at all.
Okay, yeah, Nil, yeah. Nil's gonna know. Red Thor and Kongol, do you want to roll?
Roll over.
History.
History check at disadvantage.
I don't know if I really would know because most of my time
Yeah.
was
What
spent in the
are we
monarchy.
This for?
Basically, you're trying to figure out why the little boy called Nil a noble.
I guess I would still know about a little bit about other countries. There's history. There's history. Low intelligence. Here we go.
Dropped 20, so you actually rolled a d20 on that one.
Yeah, he rolled a 20 and it still dropped. Because of disadvantage.
you.
Yeah. Yeah. So Nil, Red Thor, and
Kill.
Kill Elm Charger. You've heard that in the Dominion, tieflings have a lot more political power. Like, even you, Nil, like, when you first came to the islands and started working with people, they... what was that perception for?
Did she react to this? Not Nil, the mother.
Ooh, you sly bastard. Yeah, she kind of did. She, like, kind of got, like,
Oh
a little
shit.
bit of a... Yeah, a little bit of that, oh, I just took a poop face.
Oh.
What a face.
Because she wasn't really paying attention to it too much, but yeah, now that she's gotten a look at Neliza, yeah, no, that kind of got a oh shit look on her face.
So
but yeah,
now,
like
now it's
when-
not it's not just Golomov, but it's also Nil that she's a little.
How to escalate a situation? Bring in a
Yeah.
kid.
So the kid ran up to me. Is he just like standing there, or
Kids
is
say
he
the
like,
darndest things.
yeah, kids.
or
He
is he
ran
like
up
doing
to
something else? Like, is he
No, he
poking
ran
at me,
up to
pulling
you.
at me? Is he just kind of standing there, like
He's
waiting
standing
for
there.
input?
All he did was asked you if you were a noble. You haven't responded yet.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because he did the whole history check thing.
Yeah, so, and I'm trying to fill in some knowledge. Nil, you know that people thought that you were from the Dominion when you first started interacting with a mass amount of people. Before, like, that was their first opinion when you first started talking to people. And you kind of put together that knowledge that, oh shit, my people or people of my persuasion or particular racial persuasion have a lot of power in the Dominion because
There's
of
also
their
some
lineage.
serious preconceived notions about you.
Yeah, exactly. Most people think that you're from the Dominion and that you probably don't mean well for everybody. You've had to work against that. But, yeah, no.
I am a strong female protagonist.
Yes, you are.
She is of the tiefling persuasion. Once you go tiefling, you never go back.
Yeah, sure.
Let me hope
but yeah,
the
no.
calamity
So
that is my memories.
yes. But to continue on. But yeah, no. So the kid,
He's just standing there. He's
Tywin.
not like pulling at me, doing anything. He's just standing
No,
there
he's just
waiting.
like he's basically like looking at you.
Wow, are you a noble?
Yeah.
Gonna look down like, not as far as I'm aware. I'd like to be one, like really much, but as far as I know, no.
Gammon, roll another perception check. With advantage because you're already looking. God damn it.
Oh, well,
Roll again.
I'll roll again.
Yep.
Please be better.
10.
You're noticing that Morgana is getting a bit more nervous and she's like about ready to like kind of snatch Tywin back.
I put my arm around the boy and I say, "Hey, have you ever captained a ship before?" and I kind of look back over my shoulder and smile and give a nod to Morgana, and I take him up to the steering wheel of the ship.
The helm.
Yeah, to the helm. He's like, no. Wait, so I can drive the boat?
Sure.
Just completely lost interest in me. It's just like,
I'm knowing
"There's
full
anything.
well he's
Fuck
not
this thing."
strong enough to operate that wheel, so
Yeah. You're just basically, let's distract the child.
Weird
And you watch his
half-human
life.
larva distracted.
Yes. And she's just like, uh, you watch as Morgana just looks at you, Nil, and she's like, I apologize deeply
For
if the
what?
boy offended you in any way. And she kind of like nods her head, like she's keeping her head kind of down.
Like to not show any expression for the most part.
To not show any, basically how, like, you know, if you were speaking to someone of higher nobility than you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's best not to have head up because it makes it easy for head to come off.
Exactly.
My reply is that generally. Okay, so.
it's
Okay.
it's probably
trying to-
not new.
I'm just trying to repiece it together with all the extra stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell her that fine, not anything major. I'm not a noble.
I still apologize. Like, you're roll a perception, Kai.
Oh, I actually have that one hot barred.
I have a hot bar too, but
She's very nervous around you. Like, you're getting the feeling like she's afraid of what you would do to her.
Mm-hmm.
How much would I know of her?
Not much.
Not much at all. This is the first time you're meeting this woman.
Does Kill kind of
just-
take notice of her kind of state of mind or how she acts?
Yeah, I can pretty much say that everyone who's right here around y'all, because this is kind of a thing, It's just Gammon was looking for some more subtle cues. But yeah, you're all kind of noticing, like, this woman is...
She's uncomfortable.
Yeah, she is uncomfortable around Nil. This Nil is kind of getting... He basically just read... Ah, cool. Got you, Zeit. Morgana is acting... you're
Observant?
reading a little bit more into her character. Or to what she's doing. Is basically why I had the role. Everyone else is pretty much just getting the idea that this woman is nervous.
Scared?
Yeah, but you're reading a little bit more, and you're noticing like she's afraid of you a little bit.
Just world double checking, like you said.
Mhm.
Tieflings are political power within the
Dominion.
Dominion.
Dominion,
Yep.
yeah. Where she was presumably from, although
Mhm.
my character doesn't know that.
Yeah.
I-
Tristan knows that.
Well,
She's
yeah.
from the Dominion because you told him.
Mm-hmm.
So you're kind of putting together your character would be putting together like this might have something to do with the Dominion. Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm just double checking.
Yeah,
before I
and
do
you
it.
with your racial experience is like putting that together like this might have something to do with the Dominion.
Hmm.
I'm going to reply to her saying that I know tieflings have power in the Dominion, but I've never really.
Hey,
been
there we go. Now it's reconnected.
Welcome back.
For as long as I remember, I've lived in the city states.
You watch as she's a little bit more relieved as she makes eye contact with you.
To be really honest with you, I have no idea what I have for any family. I've been raised by the guild here.
I apologize for my behavior. It's... As I told Mr. Elmcharger, I'm originally from the Dominion, and where I'm from, it's difficult to deal with people of your kind. They're usually not as kind as you are to others. And I apologize for that. That was very impolite and rude of me.
Double checking some extra shit in the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we must be getting underway. Yeah, so I'll help you downstairs and make sure everything is in order. Till
Yeah, Gammon sends out the call to cast off the lines to prepare to undock.
Okay, you watch as the crew, they start to pull up the gangplank, and they basically call to the dock hands, it's like, cast off all lines!
This little tiny boat, and we're like, "Ah!"
Well, I mean, it is a
I
two-deck
do have-
ship, so
Right,
it's not that tiny.
But in
I-
comparison to most other ships in the harbor, it's like saying we're casting off our rowboat.
The side question is, where is Waifu Bot during this exchange?
Downstairs.
I kept waiting for Waifu Bot to show up.
She was downstairs. I'm assuming the last order you gave to her is just stay downstairs.
When not in use, put away in co-closet.
Yeah, pretty much. She's like,
What
"What?
crazy storage?
Don't worry, that little boy will find her eventually.
And then you have to fight Congo for ownership.
no, more like
So,
he'll be traumatized.
The boy can have her.
You
I don't know if I should.
that boy's
go
gonna
out or
become a
stay
man a
behind.
lot sooner than he wants to.
Congle found another target for his affections.
That is true.
A target
And
that
at least
can
she's
hold
his
up to you.
size. That's
Yeah, Congle found someone his own size.
He can actually fit. Wait, what?
Uh,
all right. So one thing to explain to all of you about NPCs. So I'm basically going with the whole Mass Effect style of if you build up stuff with an NPC, which I'm not going to tell you how to build up the relationships with the NPCs, but they each do have their own like ideas about the world. But as you increase that, you will then get camaraderie with the NPC, and at certain ranks, you will unlock. Well, you'll like at each individual rank, you'll understand more about the NPC themselves. At certain benchmarks, which I've placed in for the NPCs, you will get a bonus to your characters.
No.
Yes.
Enjoy the little thing.
Man,
Yes.
if only BioWare would have hired you, I think Andromeda probably would have succeeded.
Damn.
Oh
Well,
no, I'm
we'll
actually just
have to
paying
wait
attention to
part two.
old BioWare.
Ooh, good BioWare.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's being the
Like
home
Mass
city
Effect 2
for
era
BioWare.
BioWare.
I'm like, I don't like being associated.
You know, back when BioWare actually made good games.
Yep, continue on.
Yeah.
Now that we have a crew, Kongol is essentially just assigning himself to like guard duties.
Same
Yeah,
goes for
like-
kill.
Actually, as you're about to set sail and cast off your lines, you see that same tabaxi and those Dragonborn. Now there's more Dragonborn this time, though. And she yells out, "Stop that ship now."
Mhm.
Oh. Do we have brakes on the boat?
Nope.
Well, you're casting offline, so it's still taking time. And the crew is like looking at you like,
Let's see here. Actions. There is a sudden gust of wind.
oh god. It's like you're just leaving.
And this ship is leaving the harbor.
And you watch as she's like sitting there. Yeah.
She's like, well,
She's just sitting there, and all of a sudden you see Gammon in the
And
back
there's
with the fucking
two more
fan.
of those where that came from.
Y'all are just bailing. Hey, you watch as she's like scrambling like to her ship, which is a man of war. And it's taking a little bit longer for them to get ready. But they are trying to get ready to come after you.
We are going to get sunk.
not really if we can outrun them.
Well, it takes them a little bit more time to get out of harbor than you,
Mhm.
because it's a big ship,
How
And
far
and
there's
it
away
is not as fast as you.
You.
I have a feeling that we just got tied into a combat action we didn't need.
Not combat.
Just a chase.
We just gained a 60-foot head start on the way out of the harbor,
Yeah.
though. So.
Yeah, you're very
Yeah.
much going to be gone before they can even
yeah, let's
get out
just
of harbor.
We're going to be over the horizon.
All right, so
running.
speaking of, yeah, running and running.
Gammon says to kill. I told you so.
All right, so do you want to assign crew roles to your people that you currently have on your crew?
Depends on how people feel about going for another bit here tonight, because I know some people
That's
sound
fine.
like
We can end it there. Yeah, we can do some more stuff while you're at sea. You can get your island set up, and I can work on your next adventure.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yay, more death.
Well, basically, you're going to get
More
the
friends now.
essentially. I can fill in the gaps right now. You make it to the island. You establish your crew and everything. And while you're at the island, and this is where we will drop off, you see that same ship pull up.
Oh, good thing the dock's not done.
Yep. But they were tailing you.
You mean we couldn't just do it through zigzags, stop through like one of those paint shops?
Or just pretend we didn't hear them. It was a busy dock.
Do you hear something? I don't know. Hit the nos. Let's go.
Uh, but yeah, no, that is where we will leave. You see a massive man of war with Rashidon colors pulling up towards your island.
Rashidun colors.
Or not Rashidon. Ozpon.
I was gonna say.
With the world colors.
I was gonna say
The world
this
government.
is a.
Oh god, we're being attacked by the UN.
Oh wait, I thought no, I was thinking of the Hastion Theocracy. I thought I was gonna say this has been a strange turn of events.
Naughty.
No. But yeah, no. You see that man of war pulling up while you're helping the people's families and everything get established, and the trade barge actually made it there pretty much in the same time.
Actually beat us there, surprisingly enough. It was a really fast trade bar.
Well, it was a steam powered ship, so yes, it
Oh.
was faster than you. They're already there starting to build up things, and you're talking it over with them, and then one of the guys comes up to you. He's like, "Captain, there's a ship coming towards the island," and it's that ship, and that's where we will cut off the session for the night.
Yeah.
There's a small city floating towards us.
Dang it, we should have found a garage and repainted the ship.
Exactly.